See?
Hey guys, I got a dip because I just saw a Twitch notification that Shark Talk's live, so I gotta go.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Sharp Talk. I'm Tom Hosang, aka Tom Hosang Outdoors on YouTube and Instagram. Today I'm joined by my co-host Alex, who's Alex_Knifebox on Instagram and Alex's Knifebox on YouTube. He has a quickly growing channel and he makes some awesome reviews. You guys should definitely go check him out since he's a newer channel. I'm also joined today by Gerald, aka Outpost76 on YouTube and Instagram, who posts way more than I could ever aspire to. You do so many videos, Gerald, it's not even funny.
I know.
Dude, I have so many videos I've cut with so many knives, and I have not either finished the intro and the ending or just the ending. That is crazy. I mean, I have some that are like 3 and 4 months old.
Holy shit.
And just because he's not here to defend himself, Steve hasn't been posting shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think he's moving, so that's probably why.
Oh, come on. What about the 4 weeks before that?
He was prepping to move mentally.
Yeah.
Yes.
And today we're joined by our special guest, Lee, aka BamaKnifeGuy on Instagram, as well as a new YouTube channel. You got, what, 2 or 3 videos up now?
Yeah, I think I'm up to maybe 5, I think, but some of them are so unknife related, it's not even funny.
That's all right. So you guys should definitely go check him out as well. If you enjoy humor, like Steve's channel, you'll like Lee's channel.
Thanks, man.
We
appreciate that.
were hoping to get both of them on the podcast today, but Steve's having some connection issues at his new house while he's moving, so he should be back next week. But for today, it's just us 4. So just like every other episode, what's in your guys' pockets?
Dude, talking about Steve, since before when we just saw him a minute ago on the thing, when you see his mouth moving but you hear no volume,
Yeah.
That's so funny. Look mad because he couldn't get a word out, like
Yeah.
his lips were moving and he was like pointing like this and he's like pointing at his phone. I'm like, I can't hear you. And then he gives me the finger, of course,
You can
Yep.
pretty much imagine what he's saying. Like, you can pretty much imagine it's probably this good thing.
Yeah. I miss Steve already. Poor guy. I'm sure he's enjoying driving home in traffic right now.
I'm
or
sure.
Whatever he's doing.
I'll start off today's for once. I normally go last.
Let's do it.
So it's still the Nkosi. 2 months later.
Saw that coming.
2
Saw
months
that
later.
coming.
The people want to hear something new, Tom.
Dude, I
Come
can't
on.
change. I feel so bad posting on my Instagram. I post just pictures of this fucking knife, and I feel like I said in my last post, I'm like, you guys tired of seeing this? Because I'm just gonna keep fucking posting it.
Well, I'm fucking tired of seeing that, Tom. I mean,
I'm not. I'm not
See?
tired of seeing it. The people want the fucking truth, Alex.
you know what? He could easily take that knife out of his pocket and put something else an hour before and say, "This is what I got in my pocket." It's all damn Nkosi.
Paul
Which is
says,
a great knife, by the way.
Paul says, please donate to the Tom Hosting Patreon so that he can get a man's knife. Dude, this thing is such a tank, though.
Hey, I got nothing against that knife, man. I have the baby version.
It's a beast.
Is that the Insingo blade?
It is,
Or the
yeah.
drop point?
It's the
Dude,
Insingo.
That's what I want. I've been telling Steve for a long time. I want a large Nkosi Insingo. I was gonna pick one up at Blade Show, and he talked me out of it because they were just so overpriced. Man, you can get them anywhere for much cheaper than they had them on sale
Yeah.
there.
See,
How much were they?
I think they were $450, but they still charge tax.
Yeah, and
What it was?
it was Georgia tax or something like that. It just didn't make sense, And plus, I'm a member of a lot of the Chris Reeve exchange groups and stuff, and you can get them way cheaper. Man, you can find brand new in the box Nkosi's with the Insingo blade large for with all the paperwork, everything for super cheap. You can get them sometimes for like $300. Man, guys are hard up for money, and they'll throw that stuff up there with the lanyard still attached to everything, nothing missing, and it's a good deal. So that's what I opted to do. But now I'm kind of down from this surgery, so it's going to be a minute.
Yeah.
Right.
But my next knife purchase is going to be that for sure.
I'm telling you, man, this is it takes this pretty special knife for me to carry it for months at a time. So this is 2 months straight now, over 2 months, and I think this might be my favorite ever.
Heck yeah, dude, for sure.
Insingo for sure too, dude. The Insingo blade shape, especially if you do a lot of box opening or stuff like that, where you're doing draw cuts.
Yeah.
Insingo's perfect, and it's actually surprisingly got a pretty acute tip for penetrating things, which is weird for a sheep's foot.
Yeah, I'll give you penetrating things.
Jesus Christ. There it is.
Let him get a half a glass of scotch
I know.
in him.
I know you got a cute little point there, Tom, for penetrating things.
Yep. BJ says Sabenza 21 kicks the Nkosi's ass.
Hey,
Wait till
say that?
I send you the Nkosi, BJ. You'll change your mind. You'll be selling that Sabenza for an Nkosi.
Did I just hear you say that Tom has a cute tip? Is that what you just said?
It did.
False.
How would you know? How would you know?
I said Tom has an acute tip for penetration because that's what
Right.
he said.
You
just said that.
Yeah.
You gotta enunciate a little bit more.
To go with your baby hands, Tom.
Hey, this is a man's knife. This is a big fucking knife.
If you got baby hands.
I do have baby
Yeah,
hands, but this is a big
exactly.
knife.
He wields
Dude,
it
that's
like
not
a
a
man.
big knife.
He wields it like a
See,
man.
Gerald's like, that ain't no big knife.
That's not a big knife.
It's a
That's
Here you go.
uh,
Here's a
this is
big
life.
here's a big knife.
listen.
There you go.
I generally like smaller knives, and this is a big knife for me.
Yeah. See,
There's
see,
the-
Lee's got a man's knife right there. You see
There's
that
the S-
right there?
That's
That's
the
big.
S90V, S90 military. That's what's in my pocket, by the way. I don't know if it's
Nice.
my turn or not.
Go
but,
for it.
I'm carrying the carbon fiber titanium S90V milli today. Of course, I carried these specially for Steve, which is why I so wish he was on here. He gives me shit all the time about being a Spyderco dude, but I carried this one, and then I pulled everything out of my pocket today because I'm wearing basketball shorts and walking on a walker. But they're technically in my pocket because they're within my reach. I've also got my carbon fiber S90V Perrin PPT.
I like
on
that.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a sweet knife, dude. I really, really dig this knife. I don't like how insanely microscopically thin the tip is, but I'm not using it as a pry bar either. So
Yeah.
but that's my in the pocket knives today.
Nice.
S90V baby, S90V Sunday.
Gerald likes that.
Hell yeah. And hey, Gerald, for you, I've got 3 Mannix Eye.
Manix
Sitting
eye.
Mannix Eye sitting over here. Hold on, whoa.
Oh,
Hey,
see,
don't be
Gerald's already there.
trying
matching
to show out on me.
matching cutlery shop.
You
Manixes.
damn right. Hey, Gerald, can I get a little camera?
Wait.
Can I get a little camera bump? Whoop.
Oh,
Hey.
there you go.
What's this?
To stay with the S90V theme, I got you an S90V Mannix here, carbon fiber.
You guys are swimming in the S90V. Jesus Christ.
You damn right. That's the only way to do it, man.
All right, it's my turn now. I'm going to show Tom what a real man's knife is.
Everybody brace yourself.
What is that?
Holy shit. A pig sticker.
What is that?
A sewing needle.
That one fits your hand, Tom. Do you see? That one's made just for you. So this is actually called a Manhattan Special, and this is a Michael Ziba / Shinola pocket knife.
Oh, nice.
I dig that.
You guys know who Jim Skelton is?
Yes.
This was actually his knife. I bought it off
Oh,
of him.
that's cool.
So it's
Who
got an
made that?
M3. No, he didn't make it. Michael Ziba made this.
Oh.
I'm a
Titanium.
huge Michael Ziba fan. Yeah, it's a titanium frame lock,
I like that.
and M390 steel, and it's a little tiny itty bitty poker.
Paul
Yeah.
asked where the other half of it was, Alex.
It's gonna be in your butt, Paul.
I dig it, man.
He says you have
Yeah.
more Zebas than the zoo.
I do. I do. It's not an unknown thing, you know. I am a huge Michael Ziba fan, for good reasons.
Yeah, he makes some cool stuff.
Cool, man.
Yeah, but the reason why this knife is so small is because, you know, the knife laws in New York. So this is kind of like to be, you know, a more of a little New Yorker's knife.
Yeah.
And if you look at the way it deploys, I mean, it's so snappy for a blade that really weighs nothing.
Yeah.
Even to the extent of putting M390 on it, I mean, that's pretty. It's hilarious, but then it's really quite cool.
I can feel that, dude. I got a lot of friends. I got one dude in particular, my buddy Corey Glasser, that lives in New Jersey, and
Yeah.
I used to rib him on the knives that he carried because I was like, man, why don't you carry a real knife? Until he kind of schooled me on their knife laws, and I was like, oh shit, man, not everybody's like some of us and can carry whatever. I'm in Alabama. I can literally open carry an AR-15 on the back. Not a lot of
Same.
guys can do that. Some guys are super restricted, and I forget about that sometimes when I see people posting pictures of an ADC and it's a dragonfly, and I'm like, I kind of want to give a shit about it. I'm like, what do you do? Well, then I remember, I'm like, oh, wait a minute, not everybody can do what we can, and I hate that for those guys, but they make
Yep.
the best of it. And that knife's a perfect example of how makers are kind of catering to those dudes that don't have that freedom. I dig that.
Speaking of those laws, Ohio's laws are about ready to change on automatics. We are now legal to. So before it was legal to own, but me working at a shop, I couldn't sell it to anybody who didn't have proper credentials, like military, law enforcement, first responders with ID. And now I can sell it to anybody, and it's now legal to manufacture them. So I think we might be seeing a Hinderer auto before soon.
Oh, hell yeah.
You guys can carry them?
Yeah, well, we've always been able to carry them, but you technically can't, like a storefront can't sell it to you, but you could buy it from Blade HQ or somewhere and have it shipped to you, and that was legal.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, our laws were stupid.
I can have an auto, but I got to keep it in the house legally
Yeah.
in California.
Really? Where are
Yeah.
you at?
California.
Oh, well, you're in California. Yeah, that makes sense.
California.
I got no smile from Alex with
He's
that
like,
at
no.
all. Like, not even a smirk. He was
I
just
hear
like,
that shit all the time, man.
I know you do, bro. I'm just messing with you.
And it's all in good fun. It's just it's sucky, but at the same time, we don't have that strict of knife laws because I could still carry a 4-inch folder and not have a problem. I just
True.
can't. No bally songs, no autos, no daggers.
It doesn't make
That's
much
pretty-
sense as far as the autos go.
Nah.
Yeah, I know.
I can open a knife just as quick as an auto, and I can close it quicker.
Well,
Yeah.
for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He could pop out that Shirogorov way quicker than he could a freaking auto of any. I mean, come on. Yeah,
Even
that
this
seems
thing.
crazy.
This is a cheap 8CR13 MOV Spyderco Tenacious I won for free.
Yeah. Boom.
Most
Quicker
Right.
than most autos, yeah. Sorry if I keep squinting too. I don't have my contacts in, so I can't see anything. So if you see me guys doing my old man like hip replacement and I can't see, like, come on.
Are you really just 80, Lee?
I really am. I just look good in the face, but my body terrible.
He's got the Benjamin Button thing going on.
So are you did you have to have that done due to an injury or?
No, it's apparently a bone disease that I found out about in October. It is a version of avascular necrosis, but they didn't really. The doctor that I went to, he's a good surgeon. It was Andrew Sports Medicine in Birmingham. They're really good, but they couldn't really make sense of it because I had no prior injuries to my hips or knees. And I actually sprained my knee last year and had x-rays of my knee, and my knee was great. And then this year, when this all came about, I had x-rays in 2017. In 2018, they did an x-ray of my knee. And apparently there was like some crazy, like, what's the word? Gerald will know. It's degeneration. Yeah, degeneration. The reason I know is because
Gerald, no.
He's got issues with his bones and had surgery and stuff like that, so I knew you would know. Not that you're old as shit. But yeah, so they saw some like crazy degeneration on my knee that looked like it should have taken several years to happen. So right after that, I had an issue with my hip, and they found out I've got this weird version of avascular necrosis that's apparently affecting several joints. So my left hip was the worst. Had to have a full hip replacement on July 1st. So I'm just coming back from that. I'm 6 days out. But yeah, man, I don't know what the future holds, but whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be fine. Couple joint replacements, no big deal. New knees, new hips, bionic. It's all good.
Right on, man. Well, prayers
I'll
of
survive. I'll survive it. I'll survive it.
He'll be
I got-
half
I got
robot
good
before
ass
long.
people. Oh, I got some good ass people backing me up, man. You wouldn't believe how many people I've had from the knife community hit me up just to say, hey, well wishes. I had the dude that owns. Give me a minute. I'll have to remember the name of the company. Gerald, who's the company that makes that orange Mannix 2?
Cutlery shop.
Yeah, Cutlery Shop. I had him. What's his name? His last name's Lowe.
I don't
Jeffrey
remember
Lowe.
off the top of my head.
Yeah, Jeff Lowe. He hit me up, sent me a Facebook message and was like, hey, man, I own Cutlery Shop. I want to send you some stuff, kind of a little care package. He made me send him my address. He sent me out some stuff. I've had dudes from Facebook and Instagram hit me up, sending me stuff. Just good shit, dude. Good shit.
That's
So
awesome.
I got 1,000 people backing me up. So we'll be in good shape. Keeps your spirits up, man.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, you got a good attitude about it too, man.
Yeah, I mean, it happens, dude. It is what it is. I can't change it. All I can do is just deal with it. So
Exactly.
joint replacements, it's not the end of the world. My leg is swollen around as big as a fucking basketball right now. That's it. And I'm having to use this piece of shit, this fucking Walker, which has a custom paint job on it. I don't know if they did that to try to make me feel good.
Well, that's sick. You need to paint some flames on there so you can move quicker.
No doubt. Dude, I've even got the customary fucking tennis balls on here.
Sweet.
I love it, dude. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Shit happens. So we roll on.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of rolling on, Tom,
Does anybody have anything new or on the way?
The loners count.
Sure.
Be here all night. Seriously.
Never mind then, they don't count anymore.
well, if they don't count, as if I haven't talked enough. Oh no, he's already got something in his hand. Go ahead.
Look,
go ahead,
man. The RSK, Ultratech, 710. Oh God, I forget the name of this. The Nimbus, maybe.
Yep, Nimbus.
940. I don't know what this is. SCH. I got two of these, different scales. The Balone.
Yeah, Viper.
Yep. Got the Venom Bone Doctor, the Max Ace, the Ape Hervis.
This is why Gerald never buys knives.
That
because
one is sweet. I like
He
that.
does-
Yeah, the Progeny, yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty awesome. Barrage.
Nice.
Got an M390 Knockout.
All right, Gerald. What do these all have in common that you're naming off here?
Ooh, a Lion Steel Bolus. I actually like this one. This one's pretty sweet.
That is nice.
What do these
Yeah,
all have
anyway,
in common, Gerald, for
what
all
do-
the
what do
listeners?
They
What
are
do
all
they-
out of M390.
Except for one. This one's 20 CV. They're all M390.
As soon as Gerald asked the one day if anyone would send him anything in M390, and Steve did the same thing, I'm like, Jesus, they're going to get swamped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got this too. This Mazarin. I got I don't even have them all out here. I have a couple dividends in M390. Link in M390, Delica in M390.
You better
So, yeah,
stock up on the cardboard, G.
I counted earlier. I have, I think, 20 or 21 at the house right now, and there's
Holy
more.
shit.
The
How do
guy
you
sending
keep
me.
up with who sends what?
As I unboxed each one, I took pictures of it with their address.
Okay.
Nice.
So, if you send me this knife, I get a picture of this knife with your address. If you
Got it.
guys send me two, I get a picture of those two with the address, and so on.
So each one they send, like when they send it to you, they like each one of those they've given you permission to test them, put some scratches on the blade, whatever. There's no worry.
Yeah,
with that.
they don't usually get scratched up or anything like that.
Okay,
They just
cool,
get
cool.
sharpened, and then they're going to go off for HRC after I cut with them.
You don't get any
Well,
scratching
it's
from
gonna be
cutting your
different.
cardboard?
I honestly haven't noticed it on anything except for trying to remember what I noticed it on, and it was a cheap knife too. Trying to remember.
DLC coated?
I don't even remember the cardboard that I cut. It doesn't scratch anything up. Like sometimes it'll have a lot of adhesive in it.
Mm-hmm.
I will have to wipe adhesive sometimes, even though I clean the tape off of it. But as far as scratching goes, I haven't had any issues with anything scratching from the cardboard. But in that same thinking, I use all the same cardboard from all the same manufacturer, same size box. I have like 25 of them out in the garage, that I haven't cut down. There's more of them sitting at work already, and I have like 7 or 8 cut up, into a 1.5 foot tall stack of pieces.
Yeah, my room right here that I do my testing in is just fucked. There's cardboard everywhere. Every day that we get in more shit at work for shipments, I cut up the boxes that I want, and it all comes home. And my girlfriend's always like, seriously? More cardboard? I'm like, I need to stock up.
Dude, and my wife bitches at me for having like sharpening equipment laying out.
I keep all that pretty neat and tidy.
Dude, I couldn't imagine having 87 boxes piled. She would kill my ass.
Well, I have them all cut down so they're just flat pieces, but they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Cardboard doesn't take up just a little bit of space. It eats up like a quarter of my room here.
No doubt.
You know what's funny though is every time I see you or Steve cut, I'm like, man, it'd be nice to cut longer pieces. I'd be instead of cutting 8-inch pieces at a time, I'd be cutting like 2 feet, 2.5 feet, whatever. Then when I cut it down to size pieces to cut up, and it takes up no space to take in the car with me, wherever, I'm like, no, man, 8-inch piece, I'm good with what I got.
Dude, and the thing that sucks too is I put all my shit in garbage bags when I go to throw it away. I don't know how you guys deal with it, but I throw all mine in garbage bags, and I swear to God, my garbage lady hates me. But
if you cut so much, recycle it. Get some money back.
I don't have any recycling around here. And so I'll be sitting there cutting this cardboard, and sometimes those pieces are like 3 inches too wide to fit in my bag. So I have to go back through and cut all those strips in half.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's a pain in the ass.
I bet.
That's what Maximate was good for, though.
No doubt, man. I literally recently sold my Maximate Native 5, and I regret it. I sold it to
John Dorsey.
Yeah. New York John D, I think's his name.
I've known him for ages.
Instagram. Yeah, I sold mine to him.
He bought it on my recommendation. He hit me up and he goes, yeah, what do you think about Maximate? And I gave him my whole spiel, and he goes, yeah, I think I'm gonna buy one.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, he bought mine. That's cool, man. I dig it.
He was one of my first friends in the knife community. I bought a Swiss Bowie off of him.
Dude, he freaking overpaid me for that knife by like almost $100. Because you remember, I don't know if you guys knew this, but like, so with this whole bone disease shit that I had going on, like right before Blade Show was coming up, I'd saved up some money to go to Blade Show, and I had this issue with this bone disease stuff, and I ended up having this crazy infection in my jawbone. Like, it was just a bunch of crazy shit, and I ended up having to have oral surgery, and a bunch of it wasn't covered by my insurance. And I'm just the kind of dude that just pays my bills, and I don't let that shit hang.
Yep.
So I paid for it, and it killed me. And that dude John, Steve, freaking another guy we know named Caleb Jackson, who's friends with Steve. Like, a lot of these dudes, I didn't ask for nobody to help me with shit, man. All I did was just post up some knives for sale. But it was knives that guys knew that I liked. Like, it was things that I had talked about were some of my favorites, but I knew that it was shit that would sell, so I posted it up. And dudes started DMing me like crazy, going, hey, why are you selling these knives? We know you like them. What's going on? And I told them, well, this is kind of what's happening. Fucking Steve, because he's a great dude and an asshole, decided he's going to just send out this thing going, hey, my buddy needs some help. And, dude, it was incredible. John freaking – I posted that Maximate for like $100, and I think I want to say he gave me like almost $200 for that thing and would not take the money back.
John's a great dude. He's one of the best guys in the community, I think.
Yeah, dude, he's incredible. He overpaid me for it, and he sent a message with it that said, hey, don't even think about sending the money back. I had Caleb Jackson bought my Spyderco, the Reinhold Rhino, and then gifted it back to me and would not let me give it to him. He wouldn't give me his address. The only way I made him take that knife, and I don't even know if he's going to keep it, was I met him at Blade Show and I gave it to Steve, and Steve had to basically shove it down his throat and say, "You're at least going to borrow it." You know, it was freaking amazing, dude. But that Maximate was a killer knife. I want to get another one eventually.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. That and my Incosi are my two favorites.
For sure. Yeah.
So we got off topic a little bit there, but
Well, we're still on the who has new
yeah.
what train.
Does anybody have anything new or anything new coming? Alex always has something new, right?
For sure.
Nothing?
I'm going to take a drink before I answer.
Uh-oh.
Well, hurry up, because I got a few laying below the tripod here waiting. Well, that looked like a rough one, bro.
That was a good one. That wasn't rough. That was good.
You damn right.
So, yeah, man. Whew. I bought a copper-infused Brian TIE Fighter.
Dude. Brian Ty is literally one of my favorite makers. Like, he is, when I got into the knife community, that started to be my grail was a TIE Fighter, and it still remains to this day. That is one of my grails.
I've been wanting one of those for many, many years. Although I've seen them like in all variances, different carbon fibers, you know, polished blades, sand mai, this, that. And I finally found the one that I thought was worthy of picking up, which big shout out to Blade Gallery up in Washington State. He hooked me up. It was the second knife purchase I made there. If you guys want a South African knife, Blade Gallery is freaking awesome. I deal with Jeff over there, and I saw both times I asked him about the knife. I'm like, hey man, you know, can you take care of me on this? And he rung me up, shipped them out, got them fast, and he's very helpful, man. Took the time to send like detailed pictures, videos of him flipping it and everything. So Blade Gallery is, man, they have such nice South African custom knives there. So, and you guys know that's kind of my thing lately, but he sells a lot of Brian TIE. They have a full Timascus Brian TIE for sale over there too, which I think it's like $2,000, but I wasn't going to spend $2,000.
Well, I mean, for Brian TIE, dude, that's, you know, that's the price.
If it's full Timascus frame, you know, then that's kind of what you expect to pay. But
right.
I was happy with the copper infused carbon. It's a hand rub satin blade. I didn't go with the Tonto because I like the drop point better, but his Tonto's wicked too, man. It's got a crazy tip the way he makes his Tontos. And it's got his traditional, you know, likes to do the compound grind, which I like, you know. I'm not sure about like hardcore use, how many people really like compound grinds, but it's nice, man. I like the way the knife looks, and it's a flipper.
Yeah, they look killer, man. A lot of his stuff is amazing. I catch shit from some of my buddies that love Tontos, but I'm not a big Tonto dude. I like a few, but for use, I'm not a big Tonto guy because I'm a sharpening guy, and me personally, I suck at keeping that edge right there. I suck at that, dude. So that for me, you know, that's the only thing that kills me on it is because I suck at that. Once I learn how to sharpen that edge there and keep it sharp and keep it pointy, I'll probably be a Tonto fan too, but right now I can't because I suck at stuff. So it's not anything, no hate against the Tonto, it's just me.
Max said you should scoop up a Des Horn, Alex.
A what?
Des Horn.
The hell is that? Never heard of that.
He's a South African maker. He's made a couple Spyderco models in the past, I believe.
You gonna learn today?
He's looking right now. He's like, all right, let's look.
Well, I'm not gonna be buying anything else anytime soon because I gotta pay off that crazy JD Van Deventer gold.
Yeah.
The one with the Westinghouse micarta It's got herringbone Damascus and full Damascus everything on it, even the pivot. So
Man, didn't you post in the chat you bought something?
Yeah, you missed it, G. You walked away. I got the Brian tie.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's on its way. It's should be pretty cool. And then as I said before, my Scout's getting made right now, so that should be pretty cool.
That's gonna be so sweet.
Jason Guthrie, yeah, and Thor's Damascus.
That's gonna be killer.
Yeah, so that's what I got coming. But as you guys know, I've been going on a spree this year. Like, I think I'm gonna cool it.
You have on the cool stuff.
Yeah, I think I went wild, and I think I'm kind of done. For a little while. I got those 3, and I don't know. After that, I think I'm gonna maybe get one more if I go to the show at the end of the year. But that's about it. I did good.
That's what I said in, I think, my last YouTube video. I was talking about your style, man. You're all over. Whatever you do is always top notch, best of the best of the category that it's in. You all got some freaking. Yeah, this was a damn good year for you. I can't wait to see the ones that are coming in.
For sure.
Man.
That's good shit. It's gonna make for some good sharp talk 28.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but pretty soon, probably by Sharp Talk like 16, Alex won't be buying knives anymore. I got to get on this thing, man.
It's gonna be a whole new game, man. Alex is not gonna be buying knives. Freaking Tom's gonna be carrying something other than an Nkosi. It's gonna be crazy.
I don't know.
Probably not.
Probs not.
So I'll jump in here. The number one new knife, really the only newest knife that I have. I've got a few things on the way, but again, a shout out to my boy. I don't know if some of you guys probably saw this on Instagram, but Steve sent me this for my birthday. It's a Cold Steel Code 4 in XHP. Nothing crazy, but man, it's something I've wanted for a long time. I've held this knife once, loved it. Steve knew that I loved it. We talked about it once. He remembered it and sent it to me for my birthday, and that was freaking really, really cool. It's the first knife I've really ever been gifted, so that was awesome. I love it. And then of course just my Blade Show pickups for my Kaiser Sheepdog XL, this gigantic clean the Tuya knife Cebu in my Carta.
That's cool.
It's a freaking phenomenal knife, dude. It drops so nice.
Wow.
Dude, it is with no blade play. All I did was throw a little bit of knife pivot lube on it, and it is just wonderful. I love the action on this thing. It's fantastic. And the micarta is done really well. The pivot collar, everything, the clip, everything's, the backspacer, everything's done really well. I think it's aluminum. I know it's not titanium. There's no way. It doesn't feel like titanium, but I think it's aluminum. But it's a flipper. Really nice, kind of a worn cliff. I'm sure you guys have seen the Tuya Cebu, but it's the micarta version. But I really like it. It's D2. Seems to be pretty good D2. I got another, because Steve hated it, was literally the only reason I bought it at Blade Show while he was there, was I sold my smock, so I bought another one while I was there. That was because he says it looks like a cartoon turd from South Park. Which is right.
That's what he said on the podcast too.
Dude, he's so right, though. I mean, it really does. I went back and watched that episode of South Park just to be sure. He's right. So I bought it and I made him handle it, and he actually liked it while we were there. I swear to God, he'll say he didn't, but he freaking liked it while we were there. Then I asked him later after we left. He was like, "Oh, it's a piece of shit." I'm like, "Dude, whatever." While you standing there with Vinny and me and my buddy Corey, he was handling. He was like, "That's not bad. Centering's good, feels good." And then he leaves and he's like, "Fuck that knife." I swear to God, he kind of liked it while he was standing there.
He flipped.
Yeah, this Kaiser Nomad right here, which is a super smooth knife on bearings, titanium, S35BN. It's a nice knife. I got this at Blade Show as well. Super smooth knife. It's a flipper as well. Like a blade. really good. It's super smooth too. And last but not least, I know you guys have already seen that one. A little small fixed blade from Selby Knives. Me and Steve both picked one up while we were at Blade, and it's apparently goes through a cryo process. It is A2 steel, if I'm not mistaken, and just a sweet knife. I've done a lot of cutting with this thing. Cuts really good, sharpens up amazing. So I'm actually going to send this one to Steve, and he's going to do a side-by-side comparison with mine and his, because I think it'll do the community justice to see what kind of like small makers, how their consistency is in heat treats like that. So I'm going to send that one to him soon and let him try it out. But that's it. That's all. Oh, one more thing, Tom. This is a completely way off base, but for me at least, I ordered a it's made by I can't remember, but anyway, it's a cheap Chinese Damascus knife that was on sale that I found online yesterday, and I ordered it just for the hell of it to try it out to see how it does.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys, any of you have experience with some Chinese Damascus?
I don't know.
Yeah,
No.
I'm gonna try it out. Oh, Civivi, that's who it is. Civivi
Oh,
Backlash.
That's that.
It's the one that they wouldn't say what the steel was.
Yeah,
we
I couldn't find any
talked about
information
that
on it.
one. I think a couple episodes ago we talked about that Damascus one, the
Did
Civic
you?
Damascus.
Yeah, so they've got actually Stasa23 picked one up too at Blade. He picked up the McKenna, the Civivi McKenna,
Yep.
which is that little short front flipper in that Chinese Damascus, and that's actually what got me thinking about it. And I've had a lot of downtime lately, so I think on like the third couple days out from surgery, I was just scrolling, looking at bullshit, and found that I can't remember what website I got it from. I think it was Knife Center, had that Backlash in Damascus for like $60. So I was like, shit, why not? Try it out. So I ordered it, and so it'll be in a couple days. I'm going to try it out, and then I'm going to send it over to my friends Jared and Kara Neves at Neves Knives, let them test it, and I may give them some instructions to send it to one of you guys to try it out. I don't do cut tests, but I would love to see what it can do. So I may send it to either you, Tom, or Gerald, or maybe I can send it to Alex so he can sit it next to all of his customs and make fun of it.
Now that you say Chinese Damascus, I do have one.
Really?
I've had one for a long time. It's a Boker Kalishnikov in Damascus.
Really?
Yeah, you guys remember those?
Those are nice.
Like, couple
I've
years
never seen
back.
one in Damascus.
But I polished all the etching off of it, so it's just like really shiny, and you just see all the layers. Looks pretty cool.
Dude,
But
you gotta post it on Instagram.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't
He
post
goes.
the boat.
He goes. Well, I don't know if I could post that now. I'll get flamed for that one.
He posts like a custom Peter Rosenti and then a nice Shiro, and then cheap Chinese Damascus.
No, but you know what though? Like that's been like the thing going around about me lately is I have all these knives that are like nice and higher end, but I keep saying I have like $40 knives I love. I have like cheap ones that are just great.
Yeah,
It's
that's
a
true.
whole box of them. I know the average guy that like goes and buys like higher end stuff usually trashes everybody who buys a cheaper knife. I personally hate that. I think like anybody at any budget level that they can handle is cool by me. Like if they're a knife person, I'm a knife person. Like my coworker, him and I make about the same amount of money. I think his wife stays at home though, mine doesn't. So, but he can afford like pretty decent stuff, and he still will like when he gets to like $150, he's like, whoa,
Yeah.
But he doesn't go past that. Like that's his thing. Like I bought that. I sold off almost every Browse blade I have. I only kept one. But he really wanted my Browse Turpin collaboration. It was the Strife. It was an all carbon fiber crazy Tonto one, and that thing was like $400. I gave it to him $200 just so that he could fucking buy a nice knife, and and even then he's like, man, $200. I'm like, God, I'm like, bro, this is a $400 knife. It's still brand new in the box, But even then, like when he flicked it, like that satisfaction in his face, that smile, it was like totally worth giving it to him at like half price, you know?
Yeah.
For sure. Dude, there's a difference in that price bracket for sure. There's a guy that lives in Panama City. He's on the Air Force Base at Tyndall Air Force Base. He's got one of those Browse Turpins, and I've been thinking about buying it from him. He's been trying to trade me for some stuff for a long time. He sent me picture after picture, and I love that freaking knife. Dude, I've been seriously considering it.
He, Jason Browse, that was back in his heyday when he was a pretty decent knife maker. And at the time when he made that, it is so true to the Dustin Turpin custom design. When you put them side by side, like, there's no doubt that, like, it's not only styling cues, but the design was very well followed after.
I don't think the one he has is a Tonto, though. I want to say it's like a drop point or something like that. But I know it's the Dustin Turpin. I don't know if it's the Strife, maybe, if they're offered in different blade shapes.
Then it's probably the Insight.
Maybe, yeah.
See, he
Maybe,
did two with
there's
Turpin.
only a couple hundred.
Yeah, he did two with Turpin. One was the Insight, and then the other one was the Strife.
Hell yeah.
And those are both reproduction of Dustin Turpin's customs, and they're both very true to the custom. Jason did a good job with those. Those were probably the two of the nicer ones he had. But yeah, my buddy's so happy. You know, he's stoked. He put all this polish on the blade. He like practically removed all the stonewash. I'm like, come on.
Well, that's what I really like about the knife community, man. It's so vast. That's why I like, and I know I've mentioned them already, but Neves Knives, the guys that I've been watching a lot, they specialize in stuff like you know, the which they've got super high end knives on their channel too, but they've got like Kube and some of the lower Kaisers and things like that for people that aren't able to buy, you know, freaking $300-400 knives, which I wasn't when I first got into this either. So that was my bag. I was a, you know, SOG and Gerber and, you know, probably the way a lot of us got into it. But those dudes, man, they do some super cool shit because they show the value in a $30 or $40 knife that people like us may not really see. Yeah, we see it maybe, but we don't see it the way that a person that can't really afford to buy a $300 knife sees it.
Yeah.
You know, the way we saw it when we first got into this, our vision, the way we see things now is not like it was when we first came into this. And there's probably way more people at that level than there is where we are. You know, where guys like Alex are, who can appreciate all the material and the blade steels. There's a lot more people who are into the lower level. So channels like that, that's what I really like to watch because it's catering to those guys that I used to be. You know, I really dig it.
But I mean, I'll make it clear on the high-end collector part of knives. Like as a high-end collector, I am on the bottom of the totem pole, guys.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm not like, you know, like there's some guys out there like they have some insane stuff.
Like Dr. Franke.
Dr. Franke's a good example. My
Frank's
buddy,
killing it.
if you guys check out on Instagram, that's _not_a knife. That's my buddy Russell. I hang out with him every so often. Russell's collection is insane. I mean, he's got 4 Black Snow Customs from Naughty. Those knives aren't even obtainable. The guy's got a waiting list of like 5 years, and on the booked books, right? So even if you say I'll wait 6 years, he can't even take you right now. He's so booked up.
Wow.
This guy's got 4 of those.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Sure.
So, I don't know if it was Blade Show or somewhere else that there was protos for a smaller version of the, what is it, the Subvert?
Yeah.
So, when that comes out, I think I might be interested in that, because I really do like that design a lot.
Yeah. I just couldn't do that full-size one, man.
It's
too
huge.
big. Yeah. And I like big knives, but it's a big Spyderco. I don't know. You know, like if I had a full custom Sabotage and it was huge, maybe, you know, but the Spyderco Subvert, I think it's it's too big, like for like all this G10 and everything. Like they didn't even go carbon fiber.
That's what I was just gonna say. I think if they go small one, it'd be awesome for them to do carbon fiber, or maybe even micarta would look really good on that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh.
But
Go ahead.
yeah, my buddy Russell's got, I think, can't remember, 2 or 3 of those sabotages, and he's got 2 of those opiates. And I see those knives auctioned for $5 or $6 each.
Whew.
Holy crap!
Each, and you know people will pay even more because you can't even get one.
Yeah.
And that's not even including like all like his CMF stuff. So like when it comes to high end collecting, because I've had a few people message me and stuff say, "Wow, you have crazy stuff." I really don't, guys. I'm like on the higher end collection. You know, like I am not in the top tier whatsoever.
That's true, dude. But somebody who's got like a badass customized, Mustang GT, that's a freaking sweet ass car to a lot of us. But to the dude who has the fucking Lambo Murcielago, it's not. But as far as knife collectors go, you're still in there as somebody that we all can look at and go, hey, that dude's got some killer taste. So don't downplay yourself, bro. Don't downplay yourself for sure.
I appreciate it. Cheers to you guys.
We appreciate the humbleness, but hey, you got some killer shit. So don't be trying to downplay it. You got some awesome shit.
Thank you.
You know that. You know that. Don't
You
sit
know.
there and fucking know that. You wouldn't have bought it. You wouldn't have bought
I
it.
like them. I buy them. But that's another cool part or another cool discussion we could have too is, and I know we've brought this up in the podcast before, where you start. When I started collecting like knives, like the way I'm doing it now, where you're buying like 1 or 2 knives every month or whatever, you're collecting up knives, or you're buying a new one every couple months, whatever your style is. It's kind of interesting on like when it first came about, and I thought to myself, man, like $200 for a pocket knife, that's as high as I want to go. You know what I mean? And somehow you start talking yourself into, $300 ain't that much more.
Yep.
Look how more I could get for $300, right? And when I got into that realm is when I first bought my Sebenza, which I've had for like 4 years, 5 years. And that Sebenza, like, so sometimes you buy a knife and you spend more money than you're comfortable with, and sometimes that knife just blows you away when you get it. That Sebenza did that for me.
Mm-hmm.
And there's knives that I buy now that are, double or triple the price, that are not blowing me away quite as much as that Sebenza did,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when does price really ever matter?
It's perception.
Yep.
It's the perceived value. It's not the actual value. It's at a certain point, I feel like it doesn't come down to the material or the craftsmanship as much as the perceived value, the scarcity of that item, the reputation of the maker. All of those things come into play, and that's when you start getting into those customs. I think that's more what you're talking about, because Brian Ty can use the same materials as another maker and make literally the same knife, and he could sell his for $2,000, and this other dude could sell his for $150, and someone would still pay $2,000 for that Brian Ty knife. It's just, I think that has a lot more to do with it than actually the material, the action, or the way that it's the perceived value. And that changes person to person. It changes person to person, and I think it deeper, that perceived value starts to kind of go up and up and up and up, and you get the same actual quality at $1,200 that you could get at $400, and you still have that perceived value of $1,200 because of where it came from. That's what I look at, because it's a community. It really is. It's a community of not only consumers but makers as well. And it's a whole circle, dude. We're supporting these makers, and as you kind of make that circle, that value goes up, and you're willing to pay more money for the same quality because of where it's coming from and what it means. And I think that has a lot more to do with it than the actual action and how much it actually blows you away if you didn't know where it came from. You know, if you handed one of your customs to a person who has no clue what an action is or what a knife is, they really wouldn't be blown away. But if they make that transition that all of us have and come full circle, then they appreciate what it is. So I think you have to make that journey to really, to appreciate what that high dollar gets you.
Well, you're absolutely right. I think I completely agree with what you said. And it's funny that you mentioned, someone handing a knife to someone who doesn't really know anything about knives. And there is one knife that still to this day, even if they don't really know anything about pocket knives, there's one knife that always makes people smile when I hand it to them is my Sabenza.
For sure.
People open this thing up and they're like, holy crap, it's smooth, and then they like the way the blade shape looks.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but yet it's so elegant,
I agree.
There's a few knives out there, and I think those are the knives that are really worth, their value as far as what you pay for them, When I got into the custom knife collecting portion, truthfully, I think I've mentioned this before, it's not quite as fun as when I was more satisfied with just like a simple, Spyderco or a cool production knife.
Yeah.
There's a lot more haters in that realm. There's a lot more opinionated people, and there's it's like when you step into that custom knife collecting realm, you're stepping into a whole new world. And people can be really snobby at times, man. They instead of let's say if I see a picture of somebody that's got a knife, maybe I'm not a fan of whatever I'm looking at, but will I go out of my way to say, oh my god, dude, that is an ugly thing you just bought? That's messed up, that's rude.
Yeah.
You just don't do that. Obviously, he likes it because he bought it. And if he likes it and he bought it and he didn't ask my opinion, why am I going to go and post, hey, by the way, that shit's ugly, and start making fun of him?
Oh, shit, dude. I just got a notification that Steve posted a fucking video.
I did too.
Oh, no kidding. I got to go.
We're doing right now.
He heard us talking shit.
Lion Steel
M390 versus 20 CV or some shit.
Versus 204P.
He must have been listening to the podcast. We're like, Steve hasn't posted shit in a while.
Dude, I've been texting him for days, laying in my recliner, freaking crippled, being like, where the fuck is the Triple S videos, dude? I'm getting pissed off. His literal response was, the reason you haven't seen anything is because Super Steel Steve is a piece of shit. That is what he replied.
That's not what he told us. He goes, yeah, I've been moving for the past week. He goes, God, moving with a big dick is so hard.
I gotta carry this box and drag these nuts around. Jesus.
Oh.
I'm gonna need to hear more out of Gerald from here on out through the podcast. Gerald, I don't hear you.
What do you want to hear?
I don't know, just more talk. It's just every now and then, just say some random stuff.
I got something that Gerald and I can talk about.
I brought this out for you.
Hell yeah.
S90V.
Damn right.
Yeah, it makes it even better. That's why I got it.
Hell yeah, man. I dig it.
Gerald, I got something that you might want to talk about.
All right, what's that?
It's my new knife that I have incoming that I haven't told anybody about yet.
Uh-oh.
So Tom, by the way, before you get into it, Tom's a secretive little girl. He always holds stuff from us, and he's like, I got this really cool thing that I want to talk about, but I'm not going to talk about it right now.
Yep, I'm going to wait till it gets here.
Dude, I remember on the, podcast, maybe 9 or 10, there was something, I can't remember what it was, that you held from them, and everybody was like, what the hell? We've been chatting on the chat for a day and a half. What the hell?
It was a fucking Swiss Army knife. It was a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
He always does that.
Hell yeah. I dig it. He's good with secrets, man. You can tell Tom anything.
Here's what I got. I got a Bradford Guardian 3,
I knew you were getting one of those.
Venatus 4 Extra.
What, venereal disease?
Yes, venereal disease.
Yeah, that V4E.
Gerald posted something up the other day on I forget what.
Which one did you buy?
Sheep's foot 3D handle.
No.
What?
Man, dude, I'm telling you should have got the Micarta Warncliffe.
I got the Micarta 3D.
Oh,
Sheep's
yeah,
foot.
the 3D Micarta Warncliffe, man.
I don't really like Warnies that much. I like sheep's foot, but I don't like Warnies that much.
Have
I'm
you
a
used
Chiefs
one
foot
a
guy
lot?
too.
What was that?
Have you used one a lot to say you don't like them?
2. I didn't really like it. I had one of the Warncliffe Delicas in Hap 40,
Dude, that's because it was a Delica. Come on, the Delica sucks.
but it was yeah, that blade shape looks retarded. But I don't know.
I'm a
I did like
sheep's foot guy,
the
too.
look of their Warnie, but I just think the sheep's foot's a little bit more versatile. So
Well,
like,
look, you're rocking the Insingo. You know,
dude,
I mean,
their sheep's foot is literally an Insingo.
yeah, I figured.
So I got that, and I didn't want to carry that leather sheath, so I bought an Armitage sheath to go with it.
Dude, if you'd have bought the Warncliffe,
Mhm.
it comes with a Kydex sheath, not a leather one.
I don't like their Kydex sheath though.
Hey Tom, Steve just texted me and
You're
said,
just
"Are we
upset
not
about
doing that?"
everything.
Tom,
Wait.
can you hear me?
That
What do you say?
Steve asked.
Steve just texted me and asked me if we're not doing the podcast? ?
I've sent him so many invites.
Steve.
He'll see it when it goes up, I guess.
Yeah, he'll learn.
So I'm excited for that one to come in, especially with that sheath. I got the camo micarta, and then I got the it's a coyote brown Kydex sheath to go with it, and a tech lock. So it should be a pretty sweet little setup. And
Oh, yeah.
I might do a whole series on that, like I did Maximate, because I feel like that's a steel that's pretty interesting.
What steel is it?
Yeah, I'm just curious. It's Venatus 4 Extra. It's supposed to be a whole lot like 4V. The only thing is they don't run it quite as hard as Spyderco runs the 4V.
They take
Yeah.
it to 62, 63. Spyderco's like 65, right?
Yeah, my 4V was 64.9, and someone else sent the St. Nick's Para 3, and it was 64.8.
It's pretty hard.
That's
So-
what she said.
I'm excited to see what that does. I'm gonna beat it up and see what happens. I've been wanting a little fixed blade like that. I've had a Bradford Guardian 3 before, and I tested BJ's Guardian 3 that he bought, sent it to me, and said use it, and then send it to me whenever you're ready. So I mean, I already know that they do a really nice heat treat, especially on their M390. So I'm expecting this to be good, but we'll see just how good it is.
Yeah, I have a Bradford Guardian 3 M390 Sheepsfoot loaner coming, so I'll see how it does compared to yours.
It was interesting. I don't know.
Days.
It jumped a lot as far as a couple sharpenings in. It really got a lot better.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna test it first and then send it for HRC and see what it actually is. Same with that M390 Shiro.
I actually remember how I have my own Google Doc where I keep all of my results. And the first result was off, I think it was off the factory edge that I had in there, so I deleted that out because at that point we didn't really know the whole fatigued edge thing. We kind of did, but it wasn't like as apparent as after you've done tests. I've done a couple of tests. I think Steve's done a couple of tests now, just how much you can gain off of it. And it was dragging down the results. I only had like 180 feet the first time, and then like after like 2 sharpenings, it was at like 340.
Dude, every new knife that I get, immediately I sharpen it at least 3 times, and I go through cardboard and dull it down, and then resharpen. I go through at least 3 sharpenings before I even make any assumptions. And that I didn't start doing that until after I saw videos on YouTube with guys dealing with fatigue steel, and I feel like, well, I can't even say I feel like, it is a real thing, like,
Yeah.
for sure, like without a doubt. And I tell people about it now who haven't seen those results, and they go, oh, whatever, you know. I'm like, they're like, how could the steel change that much? I'm like, dude, you don't understand. It's a real freaking problem. I can sharpen 3 to 4 times on diamond and get that fatigue steel off there and get triple the performance out of a blade. I mean, it's insane, the difference. And I didn't know that until I started watching YouTube videos and learning about it.
Well, how could it be so hard to understand? It's like when you like cook something, right? The outside always gets a little bit more burnt. Does it not?
Like when you smoke meat, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know how people have a hard time understanding that steel can be the same thing.
Is there really any production knife out there that doesn't have it? I mean, there's some that are better than others, but even I've noticed it a lot on this Inkosi, honestly. After just like one or two little like small sharpenings, I just do like the whole touching up thing on my DMT stones. I set my bevel and then I've just been touching it up. And after 2 touch ups already, I'm finding it's a lot more stable.
Yeah,
maybe this whole thing here is fatigue steel, because it's like a toothpick, right?
It could be.
Just all fatigue steel. After you're done sharpening it, you're just left with a little spike.
What were you gonna say, G?
Well, so, from what I've heard, Riot does wet sharpening or wet grinding as well, and supposedly Civivi does the same thing. But you guys saw that whole series.
Yeah.
It took 4 and 5 edges before that thing had repeatable results.
That makes me wet.
I guess I didn't see the Civivi. Which one did you test?
The Wyvern and D2.
Oh, okay. The Kabai Wyvern.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't think I posted the Statera yet, but it's like 4 edges in, and it's still climbing a little bit. So it's not. At the same time, their geometry is really thin, so I don't see how they'd overheat it if they really were wet grinding, but I don't know. I'm not really seeing any difference in either one.
What would you think about that Stratera? Like as far as
I like it, but it's D2.
Do what?
Oh, it's like 7,000s behind the edge at 15 degrees per side.
Cool.
That's insane. I've heard all Civivi knives are that way, that they're all super thin behind the edge. I have zero experience until I get that backlash in that freaking high dollar Damascus. I want to know.
I like the Statera a lot. That's a good looking knife.
Yeah, I think the Wyvern is it's one of the thicker ones out there, and I've had a couple more to send in to get Rockwell tested, and they were all like 11 to 13 thousandths behind the edge.
Any experience with the Praxis?
No.
I was thinking about picking one of those up just to see what it's about. They're like freaking $40.
Yeah, that's the one I want to get. I want to test that 9CR18 and see how it is.
Yeah, me too. I want to just check it out.
So I had.
I'm gonna have to do that.
What was that, Lee?
See what? So how good it is.
So I had Transparent Knives, Brian from over on the Knife Club Discord, asked me a couple questions before we went live, so I could bring them up to you guys. Well, I got 2 topics here. I think they'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you, let's do some viewer questions since we got nothing particular to talk about this episode.
The first one would be, what do you guys think about a Rockwell testing service for knife makers, and I think just in general for the knife community, that somebody would have a Rockwell tester and you could send your knife in for a fee, a small fee, a couple bucks, have it tested, and then sent back. Obviously, you'd pay shipping both ways. What do you guys think that would be?
I think that's pretty available.
There is a few, aren't there?
That you can pay for to have your knife sent out to?
I don't know. Aren't there? Aren't there people that Rockwell?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can do that. I'm pretty sure you can send your stuff to Peters to.
I wonder how much they charge.
To be checked. I could be wrong, but
I think you're right. I think Peters does it. The heat treat guys, right, Harold?
Yeah, there's also a place out west. I don't remember their name. There's a place out west you can send stuff to as well.
Or you can get Lion Steel to do it for you guys. You can get Lion Steel.
Yeah.
All right, now from my viewpoint with that, there's good and bad about that. That's why I try to cut with everything before I know what the Rockwell result is on it. Just because this knife is 60 and this might be 60, this might outcut it by 25%.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just HRC. I mean, there's blade geometry, the quality of the edge, how it was sharpened. There's a lot more to it, but, I think HRC is just a big chunk of it that, we've been concentrating on a lot.
Brian said Peters and True Grit both heat treat and Rockwell test the knives for you.
Yeah.
But they don't offer it as a service available to the masses.
Yeah, I think if you get your knife heat treated through them, they'll Rockwell test it.
I think what he was meaning is just like sending in knives post heat treat, or if you're a consumer, to have it tested.
Send it to Gerald. Gerald will send it to Kurt.
Or coming soon, Tom Hosang Outdoors and Bama Knife Guy will own a Rockwell machine, and we will test knives for you for a fee.
Flat fee of $25 a knife, and we can't guarantee any results.
You want to go in halves, Tom? Hey, I'm down.
Hey, if we got a bunch of people lined up for $25 and no guarantees, that's fine.
No guarantee.
You're one knife Rockwelled at 37, the other one Rockwelled at 106.
Yep.
I am
Split the difference.
30s.
Every knife Rockwell's at 63, no matter what.
This is amazing.
Is that 8C?
I like these guys.
Dude, look, my take on it is I did a video on the whole edge retention thing, and it doesn't matter. If you like, any knife, if you like your knife, if it only does 150 feet working edge or it does 400 feet working edge, if you like it, does it really matter?
No.
It doesn't.
I mean, I have knives that don't perform to the level of what they are, but I'm still not going to get rid of them because I like them, I carry them, I use them.
Well, it comes back to what Steve always harps on, dude. Steve always harps on learn how to sharpen. And then no matter what the fuck you buy, you'll love it, dude.
Yep.
It does not matter what it is. So that was one of the main reasons I bought that Civivi. I would not have bought that Civivi if I did not know how to sharpen. Steve actually got me into freehand sharpening. And now I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm really fucking good at it. I can hair whittle with any steel. It doesn't matter what the shit it is. In 20 minutes, I can take a knife from dull to hair whittling. And that opens me up to different brackets of knives. That opens me up to not having to be compartmentalized into that only good steel knives. I don't have to have that S35VN premium, just soft enough to sharpen, but hard enough to hold it. It didn't fucking matter. You can give me anything. And I can go and use it at work and come home and hit it on a leather strop with some diamond compound that cost me $5 fucking from Chef Knives to Go, with some leather that I cut off of a pair of Ariat fucking boots, and I've got a good knife every single day I go to work.
Yep.
Literally every single day. Learning how to sharpen in the knife community is paramount. That is step fucking one. If you're going to be a part of the knife community and you're going to fucking bitch about steels and shit, if you don't know how to sharpen, I don't want to hear it. You have to know how to sharpen knives. If you don't know how to sharpen a knife, how can you complain about how long the edge holds? Because maintenance and edge maintenance is everything. No knife lasts forever. And if you know how to sharpen, Gerald can test this, dude. I'm sure the rest of you guys can. No knife lasts forever, but no knife goes dull after one cut either. No. So, I can take 8 CR13 MOV. I've got a fucking a piece of shit SOG. This is literally my first folder. It's a SOG Flash 2, I think is what it's called.
Those things are so bad.
Dude, it still has a phenomenal edge on it. Why? Because I fucking put it there. And I can go use this thing today at work all day long. Well, not today because I'm crippled. You fucking get my point. Another day at work and use it and come back and, you get what I'm saying. Learn how to sharpen.
when I first got into sharpening, like I just wanted to send my knives out to have them sharpened instead of learning, and then I eventually did learn, and then I eventually was that guy sharpening for money. It's stupid what people will pay to have their knife sharpened instead of just learning. They're paying.
For sure.
I had some people pay me $40 an edge for a mirror edge, plus shipping to ship it back to them. I'm like, dude, you just spent like $80 on sharpening. You could have spent that on stones.
Yeah,
That's
dude, when I
rip-off.
first learned how to sharpen, I had a dude meet me. Steve can attest to this. I had a dude meet me on the side of the road with like a $400 ZT. Didn't fucking know who I was. His knife was so dull, he was so desperate, and he didn't know how to sharpen. He met me on the side of the road off of a Facebook message and handed me his $400 ZT and let me drive away with it to go
Holy
sharpen.
shit.
He didn't fucking know who I was. And because I'm an honest dude, I sharpened it for a fair price and I hit him back up. But I got to talking to Steve about it. And I was like, this dude's such an idiot. He's so desperate, man. Why didn't he just learn to sharpen? It's so easy. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking idiot. And I learned how to sharpen in 3 months with some help of another fucking idiot, Steve. So if we can do it, anybody can.
Listen.
I literally, most of the time, I wish I fucking had it. Oh, I do. This is literally what I use most of the time. Steve fucking Kalari, Super Steel Steve, sent me this. Literally 90% of my sharpening gets done on this. A DMT diafold, man. These things are $20, I think. Damn, dude, learning how to sharpen is everything. Gerald's nodding his head because he's like, fucking preach it, brother.
Listen, anyone can learn it. And you don't even have to have any prior experience. Alex, you got your KME, and
Yep.
as long as you have a basic understanding of sharpening, he can put a stupid sharp edge on his knives.
For sure.
I put a pretty ridiculous edge on my Nitro V Perpetua.
It doesn't take anything to. All you need to know is how to form a burr and how to remove that burr, and that's it.
You know what I noticed from the time I first learned how to actually try to sharpen a nicer knife, right? I'm not talking about any knife, but a nicer knife. It's all about having patience, man. If you get impatient and start grinding out one side more and then going on the other side and you forget about the damn burr, then you can start to really get lost in it and you're like, oh my god, I just fucked my knife up.
Yep.
You know, so for the guys that are learning how to do it, like me, I'm not a great sharpener, but I can make a knife sharp, right? And I can polish an edge, no problem. But I'm not like the Tom Hosang Outdoors or Super Steel Steve or the Outpost 76s. You know, I just do like a couple of my own knives just fine. But I will tell you this: that was the one thing that I found the most useful tool is just take your time, have fun with it, and go slow, man. Like you don't need to rush it. It's man.
Yeah, definitely don't rush it, dude. I've got a video I was talking to some friends about on Instagram that I think I'm gonna do. I've been thinking about it for a while, and I'm gonna I may even do a series on it, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm gonna basically call it the Budget Whittler, and I want to show people how to take a knife from completely non-cutting, non-shaving dull to hair whittling with like $40 worth of equipment, because that's what I use, man. I don't have high dollar stuff. I literally do not. I'll post some pictures after this goes live. I'll post some pictures of what I literally, no bullshit, use, and Steve can attest to it. Everybody can attest to it that knows me can attest to the fact of what I use. I use $5 vials of diamond paste from Chef Knives to Go. I use scrap leather you can buy for $10 for 2 pounds on Amazon. And I use DMT diafold sharpeners. I've got a few diafold plates, DMT plates, but I don't use them as much. You can get a hair whittling edge literally on every knife you own for $40 for freaking 2 years, man. I mean, this shit lasts forever. You dedicate $40 of your income to it, and you can sharpen every knife you have, kitchen knives included, for a long, long time.
You can even use wet, dry sandpaper.
Even Michael Christie would agree.
Yes, you can. Yeah, he did. He commented on an Instagram post that I did recently about that, and he was like, yeah. I mean, he understands. Now, Michael Christie takes it to a whole nother level. You know, he's one of those dudes. His edges are not only mirror polished and absolutely flawless, but crazy fucking sharp. He takes it to a different level.
He's to sharpening what Alex is to high-end knives.
Boom. Oh, fucking man. That's what that is. He's what sharpening is as Steve is to redheaded bearded men. Like, just fucking perfect. But no, so but if you want your knives hair whittling, dude, it does not have to be this crazy progression of going down to 0.005 micron diamond paste on fucking llama ass. Like, it doesn't have to be any crazy stuff. And I'm gonna post a video of that coming up soon.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just got this on Instagram.
That's a.
Is that
Yeah,
Steve?
I'm looking too.
He wants to get invited.
I sent him an invite.
Fight that kid. I need him for survival. Get him on here.
I told him we're on Skype. He says invite me.
All right, we got another question from Brian. What do you guys think about packaging on knives, and is nice packaging a waste for you?
Oh, this is a great question. Great question.
Not for me.
Great question. So I'm going to use a couple of examples.
This is perfect because, Alex, with as many packages as you could possibly have, you might need a storage unit.
Oh, I already do. That's Alex's knife box. Do you guys want to see Alex's knife box? Have you seen the size of my box?
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
Let's see it.
I'm going to take that out of context and just put it on Instagram. Have you seen the size of my box?
Let's see if I can get this thing in the picture here. So this big old bench right here, this leather bench, that's Alex's knife box.
Jesus Christ.
If you don't open that box, I'll be so upset.
That's what she said.
That was so good, Tom.
I knew it was coming somewhere.
That was so
Get the
good.
mic back on. Okay.
On my high dollar microphone.
So
Paul says you have more pics of your box than your wife.
that's because the pics of my wife you won't see.
BJ wants to know your address.
He wants to come play in your box.
Come play in my box anytime.
BJ,
you know what? BJ is a handsome devil too. You know, like if I was,
holy shit!
He's here.
there he is.
We'll see if he can stay here because
Can you hear me?
You're still in a car?
I'm in a car now. I'm outside my.
You sexy red bearded motherfucker. Where have you
You can
been?
hear me? You can hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, I
fucking
can hear
right,
you, man.
Oh, fucking fun. I restarted my phone. I drove around town.
Oh, fucking excuses. Shut the fuck
I
up.
went
Welcome to
through
the party.
I went to exponential circumstances to get this call and to upload that video I just uploaded.
Oh yeah, that's what you were doing.
He's
you
mooching
asshole.
off McDonald's free Wi-Fi.
I wish I had a McDonald's by me. That'd have been easier.
You country bitch.
How'd that dick replacement go?
Oh, it went really good, and they downsized it to where it was actually usable. It was really nice. It was so fucking Alabama huge, I couldn't fit it in anything. Even
Yeah.
Alex's box, I couldn't even get it in there.
Just your cousins.
I missed you, Steve.
I missed you too, Alex. What are we talking about here? What did I miss?
Packaging
Well,
and is nice packaging a waste for you?
Okay.
Is what?
Nice packaging, like for knives, a waste for you?
Yeah.
Not for me.
So as I was gonna say, so there's two good examples, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number one, have you guys seen the HEA Hunter?
Yes.
Yeah.
And have you guys seen the packaging that comes in?
It's beautiful for a $200 and something knife.
That is fucking impressive. You feel like luxury opening that box through. You open it up, it's this hard, like, kind of cardboard box, but it's like nicely, like, kind of painted on the outside, and it's almost magnetic or something.
It is magnetic closure.
It is, right?
Yeah.
And then you open it up, and then there's this nice foam on top of the knife where you can't even see the knife yet, and you pull this little foam cover off, and dead center in this nice little divot, you got your knife. And then you're not even done yet. Then you take the knife out, you take the foam out, and then there's this really sleek envelope that's in plastic, like sealed plastic, and then you open that up, and you got 4 or 5 different kinds of stickers in there. And then, if that's not enough, then you got another plastic slot where it's got the pouch for it, right? So it's got this nice, beautiful pouch you can slide your knife in and slide that in your pocket, just like a Chris Reeve Sebenza.
Yep.
So to me, that really added to the experience. I even told Sam, I went out of my way to tell Sam from HEA that was really cool, and he said he kind of did that on purpose to give the experience of like having like a nice expensive knife, even though it's only a couple $100, right?
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is that's exactly the same packaging that Lee's dick replacement came in. Exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Hey, look, no, but for real.
Came in a
Hey,
little
look,
bag.
Steve, fuck
Now-
you, Steve. First of all, secondly, you can attest to the fact. You remember the packaging? No, that with the fuck double fold magnetic box that opened up. It was just beautiful. It has a little Velcro pouch down in it with like a cover. Dude, it's incredible. I'm gonna post some pictures of it. Go ahead, asshole. Talk some more shit about my dick.
I'm just saying that's just how it came. I was privy to wanted to share that with the group. That's all.
He got to pick it out. That was the deal. Like, I got a dick replacement. Steve got to pick it. It was funny.
in the packaging.
Sharing it with the group.
So now on the flip side, my tough knives, right? My Alter, full custom, very expensive knife, came in a flat shipping box and a microfiber towel.
Hey.
See, to me, it's more. I guess it would be more price point related. Like, I think it's dumb as shit that you spend $500 on a Strider and they send it in a plastic bag. Like,
Yep.
it should come in at least a fucking box. Like, I think it's like price related. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, to me, like, if someone at under $300, people are getting better packaging, then it's like a bonus. At or over $300, it's like, yeah, there better be a decent box in this thing. Don't ship it with fucking peanuts in a flat rate box and some bubble wrap.
Hinderer.
Like Hinder, Strider, Chris Reeves does a good box.
They do. The Chris
Buddy-
Reeve stuff is phenomenal.
A Ponlu, right? It's a custom knife, and it's probably like a $700-800 knife. That shit came in newspaper. It came wrapped in newspaper.
What?
Yeah. So like,
They gotta cut costs somewhere. Fuck.
I guess, bro, but these are the more expensive knives, dude. That
$800 knife.
the tough Alter that came in microfiber cloth, that was a $1,500 custom knife.
Holy
I would hit him back up and be like, hey man, you forgot to ship the box. I only got the knife.
I should have.
Box never showed up. Sorry.
dude.
Yeah, I'd be ill. I wouldn't, yeah.
The
In
Yeah,
the
I
news-
would say, dude, I'd be pretty
minimum-
pissed.
The minimum for me is like how Shirogorov does it. That was a nice, sleek little box. It's wrapped in the nice little Shirogorov towel, and you got your certificate of authenticity underneath. It's simple, it's not expensive, but it's clean and it looks good. Like
It
that.
looks like fuck. Like, imagine you went to like a high-end restaurant and you ordered like a $65 plate of food and it came on fucking cardboard. Like,
Yeah,
or it came
on
on.
a
on a
fucking
paper
paper
plate,
plate.
right?
Huh?
Like it came on a paper plate or something,
That's
right?
what I'm saying. There's a price point. Like, once you start going at a certain price, you go to like a low country crab boil, different ball game, or laying out newspaper or fucking shit up. You go to a nicer restaurant, you want it presented nicer, right? Like
Right.
someone gave a fuck. That's part of what you're paying for.
I think
If I bought a $4 knife and it came in newspaper, oof, I'd use the newspaper to find out where he lived, and then I go fucking track.
I think
got my
anything over $100 should come with a decent box, and it should come with the tools to disassemble that knife.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm with the tool. Yeah, especially the tools. Yes, it should come
Especially if
with
it's
tools.
proprietary.
that always pisses me off when they send a knife and then you gotta buy the tools separately. What the fuck is
Especially
that?
when it costs $75. Hinder,
Yeah,
Strider.
sure.
Shirogorov,
Yep, Shiro.
$300.
You could use and just use a flathead and open up the goddamn hinder like the rest of the world.
You be quiet.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You
Exactly.
be quiet.
Well, guess who can take apart a hinderer without a $75 spanner bit?
Me too.
The guy with
Look what I bought. Look what I bought.
I remember that. I remember the fucking podcast where that shit came up.
It only cost me like $20.
I actually have the hinder tool, and it's still scratched my fucking pivot.
Yep.
Damn. That sucks. Maybe you should hit up Rick.
screwdriver.
There one too. I bought
Maybe you
this.
should hit up Rick and tell him he owes you a fucking pivot.
I told him he fucking still charged me for it when I sent it in for.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
He got bad. He got fucked bad.
Damn.
Alex got fucked bad with.
That's the fucking price you pay when you post all those customs. Rick was like, fuck him. He can afford it.
yeah. Fucking shit. I still have that little baby hinderer too, that 3-inch.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Where you going, fucker? You gotta go get your McDonald's?
Brian said
Any-
he's asked
is
his
anybody else
customer.
curious?
I
Go ahead,
stopped
Steve.
wondering about him.
Doing homework.
Brian asked, this is something that he's already asked his customers. Would you rather have the knife come in a bunch of safety paper and bubble wrap, or pay a little more for a box? And he said nobody wanted the box when they realized they're paying more for it.
I don't want the box. I don't care about the box.
I do only for resale value.
I want
me too.
out.
Here's the thing, man. If nothing came with a box or a pouch or any of that bullshit, then no one would care about it when you sold the knife.
Nah, I disagree. I would like the
I'm
pouch.
buying a knife. I'm not buying a box or a pouch or any of that other stuff.
I want a pouch. They all.
Is
I
that
want
two
pouch
Centennial
because-
The
IPAs?
car.
The reason why I want a pouch is because I store a lot of knives. I need my pouch, or they'll all get all fucked up.
I don't know, man. I'm a box dude. I really like having the box. I like having the packaging. And like I was saying with this Kaiser Nomad, that was one of the big things when we were at the table and Dirk Pinkerton, the dude that designed it, was showing me the pouch. Like it came in a badass box and it had a sleeve that came off and a magnetic double folder and all this cool shit. And it did kind of add to it for me. It added to the little bit of a wow factor, for me. But for a lot of dudes, they don't give a shit. Like Steve, who sends me a fucking S90V Orange Mannix in a fucking Delica box like an asshole. But some dudes don't care.
It said Spyderco, didn't it?
Shut up.
Hey, that's what I thought. Okay, it said Spyderco. They all look the same.
Fucking whatever.
That's what I'm supposed to do. Read the actual side of the. We all know I'm not good at reading. It said Spyderco.
That's
I got the big
true.
letters right.
That
I got the big letters right.
that is true.
BJ says spend the packaging money on the goddamn heat treat.
For fucking real. I like that.
Realer words have never been spoken.
Speaking the
BJ.
truth.
Wait. So I bought a pouch for my tough knife that came in a microfiber
Are
cloth,
you a kangaroo?
and my pouch only costs $7.
Jesus.
Oh,
$7 for a padded pouch.
it probably costs a heat
I'll look it up
treating,
later.
depending whether they do it by the piece or by the weight, can cost. A lot of places go by the piece. Could cost for an extra, let's say cryo, could be an extra $5-6 a piece.
Alex, they probably paid less than $1 for that pouch. You just got taken for $6.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying. Why not? I don't need a box. I don't need a certificate of authenticity. Just give me $1 Chinese pouch.
Give me a pouch, goddammit.
Just so I can rack them all together in my box and they can all stay there without clink, 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 clink everywhere, Is that
I like
too
the
fast?
Nothing's better than throwing all your knives in a big toolbox, and then when you come back, they all whack because everyone hates backspacers now, so everything's open construction. So all the tops of the knives slide in through the back and just fuck your edge up. So then you go to pull it out, and it's fucking Chip Wonderland, and you're like, oh no, what did I do?
But if you're Steve Kalari, then you can just fix every one of them in 30 seconds.
You know, it's actually funny. On the 4th of July, one of my non-knife buddies, I was opening. He saw me grab my knife and open the beer, but I don't think he realized I did it with the spine. So he was looking for a bottle opener later, and he's like, "Yo, let me see your knife." And it was my Hinderer, the Warncliffe.
Oh,
The
you
new
I didn't
one?
realize. I didn't realize. No, the other one. I didn't realize he popped it open with it until this morning. I went to grab it, and I'm like, "Why is the edge all fucked up and chipped up?" It's because he opened it with the fucking blade part.
The
I
fucking,
wish-
hold
I
on, the
wish he
fucking
would cut
blue
himself.
one?
Yeah. I wish he would
The
have cut
blue one?
himself.
That you were supposed to send me, you fucking asshole.
This is true, and I forgot. But I'm gonna.
Look, hey, Steve, check this out.
Your knife. Your knife is the only time I've been late shipping anything back, Lee.
What is this?
Looks like a cold steel.
Well, okay, well, what model? Don't say it, Alex.
That's a cold steel pig sticker.
You're correct, sir. Very
Yeah,
good.
I know my cold steels.
Gerald, tell him what he wins.
He doesn't win anything today.
You know,
You're
and no-
exactly right. You know what he wins? A kick in his fucking small Georgia balls. That's what he wins.
you can look. Tell you what, if you can get that busted hip off, with your leg off the ground high enough to kick me in the nuts, you can do it. How's that sound?
What did I say? I said something to Steve the other day through messaging, and I said, I'm going to come to Georgia and kick your ass. And he said, you ain't going to be kicking anything for a long time.
You can lift that damn leg. You can't even chase me down right now in that walker. What was that commercial?
Hey, bro, look. Hey, look what's sitting next to me.
Are there tennis balls?
Fucking
Yeah,
tennis
there's
balls.
tennis balls. Yeah. Gotta have the tennis balls.
Dude, I had to go to the grocery store yesterday, and I opted to ride around in the little fucking cart, the little powered cart, instead of push that fucking thing.
Hell yeah, I would too. I would
Kelly,
zoom in.
dude, Kelly was pissed. She was like, why don't you just choose the walker? I was like, because I don't want to look like a fucking faggot. That's why.
I want to look cool. I'm a drag racer, man.
No, dude, but I totally didn't look cool because I'm 34 years old and I look super fit. And like I ride past this old ass lady with casts on her legs, and I knew what she was thinking when she made eye contact. She was like, "Look at this little asshole using this thing that other people could be using." Dude, I wanted to shout out, "I don't have but one hip, lady."
Tell me there was some old lady in another one, and you put her in the wall.
Dude, I wanted to. I
You
did.
put her in
Look,
the wall.
I wanted to. I did say when I passed this old lady by the beer, I asked her, I said, "You want to race?" And she just kept going. She didn't even look at me. And Kelly looked at me like, "Shut the hell up."
I'd have run. I'd be like, shake and bake, baby, shake and bake. Put her right in the wall. Put her in the wall, bro. Put her in the wall.
Dude, I wish I would have.
That 99-cent chicken breast is mine, bitch. Oh,
I gotta
right
go
in the wall.
I gotta go grocery shopping like maybe Monday or Tuesday, and I promise I'll do it, and I'll live chat that.
Yeah.
All right, I got a question, and I've been waiting to bring it up on stream because I want everybody in the chat, and then obviously everybody listening afterwards to message the Sharp Talk Instagram what you guys think. What do you guys think about Sharp Talk merch?
What do you mean? Like merchandise?
Like stickers
wear
and shit?
Yeah, whatever. I'm cool.
Nah, he means another word, merch.
Yeah.
Like merch. Like merch. Merchant? Merch.
I have no opinion.
Like
I'm down, dude. I'd fucking wear it.
we could get like stickers and shit that say operator on them, t-shirts.
Can I sign them? Can I sign some?
Oh, I trademark.
Why
that,
would you
man.
why would you want to make the value go down, Steve?
That's
Why would
exactly
you
why.
wanna
I'm
ruin the
not
fucking
trying to
brand?
let you motherfuckers get too big of an ego here, okay? Sign everything, so we got to sell everything for $2.
Paul
What
says
the fuck does that dangly thing say? What is that? I need to know.
Don't
Alex,
fuck.
stop yawning.
Dude,
Jason.
for Steve,
Hey,
it just needs to be one big nutsack hanging from his rearview mirror.
Don't follow what?
I need some truck nuts.
You
I
do.
don't know. see what this says. Don't follow your dream. Did I pick it up? There we go.
Paul wants to know if we can get a shirt of Steve under a bus.
Don't follow
Rub-
your dreams, chase them. That's got to be Charlie's shit. That's not yours.
It is Charlie. Of course, it's Charlie. Which actually I can take down. She has her own car now, so I can do what I want.
That's right. You came to Bama and got one. Fuck yeah, throw it.
I can chuck that thing. Hey, so
But I
what
won't.
about getting run over by a bus?
Paul says he wants a shirt of you under a bus.
I mean, sure, but what? I mean, why under a bus?
I don't know. We'll wait for him to respond.
Yeah, Paul, tell me why a bus and not something cool like a scooter.
Like fucking Lee on his little cart.
Yeah. Like Lee crushing me, and I get crushed by the scooter of death.
Damn right. While you've got a Centennial IPA in your hand. I dig it.
2 of them.
Oh my god.
Hashtag operator. Fucking right.
I'm anti-operator today. This thing, you can see this thing like a road flare.
LC 200 in.
It's bright.
Is that a Caribbean?
I'm so today, huh?
That's a Caribbean, right?
Yeah, this is the Caribbean. Yeah, so it's actually a Christmas gift from my old lady.
Damn right.
I've heard a lot of good about that knife.
That's one of his never get rid ofs.
Yeah, it's so fucking ugly and stupid, but it's such a great knife.
That's what I hear.
It's so comfy and so much fun to use. I think mine is like 18 thousandths behind the edge at 15 degrees per side.
Nice.
It's a savage, man. I've been carrying this today because I was doing a bunch of yard work, like taking down a couple small trees in my new place, and I had this thing in my pocket, my sweaty pockets today all day, and obviously nothing. I mean, not even the.
You need to dye that handle all black.
I was thinking about it. It'd be a lot cooler if I did that. It'd be more operator if I did.
Yes, it would be more operator.
This fucking
like,
LC 200N Spidey Chef with these blue blades we love screws, that's fucking operator as hell, dude.
It is.
yes.
I forgot how much I love LC200N.
It's
I
so
have
good.
never forgot.
Awesome. It's titties. I never carry that knife, and I need to carry it more.
That's my favorite Super Still Steve's thing is it's titties.
Everyone loves titties. Nothing wrong with titties.
I know I do.
Everyone loves titties. Huh? Everyone loves.
No, I do.
Everyone loves titties. Raise your hands if you love titties. Everyone loves titties.
Gerald, where's your fucking hands? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Bridge trolls love titties.
Gerald's like, I gotta go, guys.
It's because Gerald's wife's right back there, you know? He's like, I gotta
Yes, titties too. All titties. We're not talking like specific. Everyone's titties. All
Dude,
good
we're
titties.
talking about wife titties. We're talking about fiance titties. We're talking about Alex's titties.
Beyonce titties. Yes. Beyonce titties. Those titties.
Oh. Yes. Now that is operator.
That's the first set of titties on the Sharp Talk podcast, ladies and gentlemen. You saw.
Here, I'll give them to you again.
There we go.
Actually, on my feed, I just see Steve, which is really unfortunate.
Damn
Oh,
you just missed out.
Fuck.
you missed.
So did the live stream.
That is so unfortunate. I just showed my tits to millions, and you missed it, Tom.
We just
So
listen. We just saved optometrists so much money.
no, we did not. A whole community of people. The 12 people that actually watched this could have been blessed.
We would have had 100+ people blind.
Look, this is the most uncoordinated, fucked up version of Sharp Talk. Hey, you guys are never going to have me back on again. Gerald, as soon as it closes, Gerald's going to hit up Tom and be like, don't have that fucking asshole back on.
Gerald's like, I'm not coming back if Lee's there.
Lee, don't feel bad. He does it about me every single week, and I'm still here. So don't.
I'm just a fuck, dude. I'm a way more Alabamian version of Steve. That's all this is.
Alabamian is short for retarded, is what that really means.
Who told you that? How the fuck did you know that?
And
That's
they
an
don't
inside
even
thing.
have,
That's an inside thing. How did you know that?
It's creeping north up into Georgia.
It is.
We've literally done nothing for the last 20 minutes but just sit here and say stupid shit and laugh.
Paul said we violated terms of service and we got reported.
I'm pretty sure.
And he also said Alabama's a longer word than retarded, so that didn't make sense.
You're missing the oxymoron.
Well, that's why we just call it Bama.
There you go.
That's
Paul,
why we just call it Bama.
did Paul answer the question on why I'm getting run over by a bus?
He said because he gets thrown under the bus. It's a metaphor.
Oh, like literally. Okay, I get thrown under the bus. This is true. These guys gang. I'm like a helpless baby bird.
You'd get people that would buy it for two reasons. One, because they like the metaphor. Two, because they just really want to see you under a bus.
This is true. This is very true.
We'd sell double those shirts.
Paul's pretty deep, man.
Well, if we do it, Paul gets a free shirt.
Yep,
First of
Paul
all,
gets
I
free.
want to be clear. I don't gang up on Steve. I love Steve. Steve's my boy.
Alex
works best under pressure.
Alex
When
is
you gang
always
up
the
on
last.
Steve, shit works.
Huh?
I said when you gang up on Steve, shit works better. Like he works better under pressure. He's a
I do.
fucking chef.
So,
Does.
Steve, were you listening to the podcast earlier? Because we were literally bitching about how long it's been since you posted a video.
You
Just
both.
now. No, I couldn't hear it. It wouldn't let me go on, and it was, I don't know, my phone was fucked up. But yeah, no, I didn't hear it. I literally just put a video up before I got on the podcast.
I know. We got that update. So like, speak of the devil.
Yeah, motherfuckers, I heard you. My ears started burning.
We were
Dude,
fucking bitching about.
That video, bitches.
We were bitching about the fact that instead of trying to get on the podcast, you were over there doing your own thing, posting your own shit. Like
Look,
that's
I need to
that's
get
what we
that-
felt over here.
I need to get the video up. I've been getting bitched at for 4 weeks.
Okay, what did I just send you? What was it, today or yesterday? Didn't I send you a fucking message? And what did it say? Why the fuck am I not seeing any Super Still Steve videos? What's going on? And you said what? Because
Only
Super
message I
Still
got was
Steve is a bitch. That's what you said.
Only message I got was a dick pic. That was it, of the new
No, it was right after that, but you couldn't
Oh my God.
focus on anything but that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Paul said he subbed you, and I told him I'm sorry.
Hey,
It's
so
like, Steve, check
what
it
if-
out. Look, we extended it. Huh?
what other questions we have, Tom?
It's basically just
Thank you,
Paul
Alex.
making merch ideas right now. So we
Yeah, man.
we need more questions. Paul says he needs a shower now after listening to this.
This is the time to ask questions, guys, because we're gonna go back to format next week for sure.
Yes, definitely. I don't know. These are the more entertaining ones.
These are fun.
Yeah.
But
Happened like this.
We're just BSing now.
Gerald's rocking in his chair. He's like, "What the
I know.
fuck's
He's about to
going
do
on right now? What the fuck's going on right now?"
He's about to do something dangerous. Hey, Gerald. G.
Hey, Steve.
So, insider info. I tested.
You're cutting out, buddy.
You're cutting out, Steve.
Huh? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tested a line steal on the last video.
Yeah, I saw the.
We saw the notification.
And
What?
don't be secretive like
Yeah,
Tom.
don't ruin it for
Tom,
me. God damn it!
girl.
I gotta watch something later.
Tom's the little girl. Don't worry about what Tom says.
I can't do it in public. It's got to be insider info on the chat. I got to let everybody know secretly.
Yeah.
Steve,
What is it?
Okay with that.
That's a lion steel bolus.
Tom's picture frozen?
What?
Is Tom's video frozen for anybody else? Okay, now you're back.
What
Yep.
is-
There we go.
I'm on- What do you want me to do?
Max wants to know, what do you guys think of Reich doing cryo-treated 8CR 13 MLB?
Yeah. Somebody tagged me in that, and I posted that up. Here's what I want to know. For everybody out there listening, why do you think they're doing cryo and advertising it? What do you think the cause of that is?
Alex's last video.
I'm just going to sip my tea.
I did a video on a 777 last time.
Steve.
Okay. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you are about to see the renaissance of steels and production knives because obnoxious people like G and me keep yelling at them for doing subpar heat treats on knives. Now they're going to start getting their shit straight. Now they're going to start doing cryo. Now they're going to start bringing better HRC and harder steels. And now you're going to get better steels and be able to cut longer. You're welcome.
Damn right.
Max said the reason that they're actually changing to cryo is because of the memes.
Yes, I was gonna say he's gonna.
Everyone's so fucking tired of his memes because he's got that Chinese factory full of little kids that I would actually be willing to bet that it is him.
Dude, he posted a count of his. It was like a screenshot of his post the other day. It was like 1,500 or 1,600 fucking posts. I'm like, Jesus Christ, relax.
Dude.
Look, he's the Kraken, man. That's what he does. The guy shells out like 47 fucking memes a day.
Man of
Steve. You weren't here. Who the fuck?
My daughter trying to climb through my car window.
Oh my god! I was like, you're getting robbed. You should look.
Getting mugged. Focusing on the podcast.
Where are you? First of all, we need
dude.
more information. Where are you?
He's in
I'm in
Area
my
51.
yard. My front yard. Get down.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, I'm in my front. I'm parked in my front yard.
Max
So,
says he
all
gave him some of the kids to get the heat treat right
Yeah.
from his sweatshop.
He sacrificed. Stop. You're gonna get hurt. Yeah, I'm in my front yard. That's all.
A Kalashnikov says, "What's everyone's thoughts on Lee's video apologizing for his M390 video?" I don't think I've seen that yet.
What?
I haven't seen that either.
G, take this away, G.
Oh fuck! I thought you said Lee's video. I
That-
was like, I haven't done a video.
No,
on that.
that's what he said. I think he means LTK.
He means LTK. He means LTK.
I was about to say-
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, I'll take a stance on this one. I'll draw a line in the sand. Me personally, I got a lot of respect for LTK. I have a lot of respect for him for doing the apology video, but I personally don't feel he owes anyone a fucking apology for anything. Okay, we all reported facts. Just because the one knife that's completely fucked, whatever that was, the shuffler or the dom, went to Brad's heat treat and the Rockwell didn't line up with what Kurt did, doesn't mean the knife doesn't perform like shit, which it did in G's testing. Doesn't mean the shit's not burnt. Doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean a goddamn thing. So, I respect what he's doing, but I don't think he owes an apology to anybody for anything, personally.
Yeah, I feel that, dude. I don't think anybody in the knife community owes an apology to anybody for any fucking thing unless they did a shit test or something that was subpar. You know, whatever fucking results you get are the results you get, dude. And if it lines up with what a couple of other people are saying, dude, and if somebody comes back and later and says, "Oh, that was bullshit," I don't think you fucking owe anybody an apology on that.
Nope.
Just like I don't owe anybody an apology if I have an opinion that doesn't line up with everybody else. You know, it just doesn't matter, dude. LTK doesn't owe anybody any fucking thing. You know, that's bullshit.
Does
I
anyone
agree.
else feel like he was threatened?
Maybe. Maybe.
I seriously feel like he was threatened with a lawsuit. That whole thing seemed like he was tiptoeing around things, and then in the comments somewhere, he never specifically. Someone asked if he was threatened, and he said, "I just stick to the facts" or something like that. He never said
witness
no.
tampering. Fucking witness tampering. I call witness tampering.
I call it tampering.
But how could he get sued if he's just posting something he's doing live?
The
Alex.
same way Steve can get sued when he's being an asshole.
Alex is 100% correct. I've been contacted, okay, by probably 3 or 4 real big, knife reviewers in the community that have all told me I'm going to get sued and end up in a courtroom for posting HRC and cut test results. And that's exactly what I said right there. I'm a consumer. I buy it. I tested it. Because there's no grounds. You can threaten lawsuits all day long. There's no grounds. There's nothing. Just like when someone goes to a restaurant that I cooked at, or doesn't, for that matter, and writes a nasty review and says the food got me sick and Steve's an asshole and blah, blah, blah. I can't sue them for that. I can't. You know what? Because it's their personal experience. They came to my restaurant. They don't like my food. Whatever it is. Same thing when I buy a knife. I buy a knife. I cut cardboard with it. If it turns out like, or I send it to another party to get it Rockwell tested, and it comes back low, those are the facts. No one sued me yet. Have they?
Nope.
So every fucking woman that
No.
does every review of Spanx that makes her not look skinny enough, we're gonna fucking sue her too. I mean, shit, dude. It's all opinion based, dude. I can post my opinion on anything. I can post my opinion on Gerald's phenomenally cut beard. You know, that's fucking perfect, by the way.
It is.
It doesn't mean shit. You know, I have which, by the way, Steve, you got some work to do. Gerald's got that shit on point. You're fucking up, but
Beard.
We always
you gotta shake
we
that.
always
Look
we
at
could be
Gerald's
like
beard.
Tom and not have any. You know?
Hey, I shaved today. I had like 10 whole hairs. I had like 10 whole hairs this morning.
No. You wait a minute. I want you to, everybody on this fucking chat right now, you look at Gerald's beard. Gerald, look straight at the camera. Look at that beautiful semicircle. All right. So what if I was a dude that came on here and I wanted to bitch about semicircles and I wanted to complain that his beard was shit? Does that mean that he has grounds to sue me because of that? Fuck no.
Yeah, it is.
But here's my whole point,
It's
guys.
slander.
Here's my whole
Fucking
point.
slander. You're right, Tom.
So
that
if-
beard is beautiful.
No, but so here it is. So if the guy does a cutting test and it's falsely represented or something like that, maybe then you can get into some trouble. But if you're just doing cut tests right in front of everybody and it's the truth and it is what it is, how can you sue somebody who's presenting the truth? It's not slander. It's not defamation of character. It's not any of that. So there's no grounds for suing anybody or anything. I agree with Steve. That guy doesn't owe an apology for anything.
Exactly. I respect him. Again, it's real big of him to do it. I'm going to support the guy for what he did, but I don't think he owes anyone a goddamn apology. I've had so many guys tell me I'm going to get sued. This is what you can sue right there. Make better knives. That's all. You know, you don't see Sal Glesser fucking people threatening Sal Glesser to sue me or Benchmade to sue me. Why? Because their knives work. You think I give a fuck about some Italian company across the fucking pond who's going to send lawyers over here to come fucking sue me because their knives don't perform well? Okay, cool. Let's do it.
Well, hey,
Tom.
and if that
I'll do a cut test on Judge Judy. I don't give a shit.
if that does happen,
Uh-huh.
no, it's a slippery slope because if that does happen, let's say someone does get sued, what's going to stop them from suing every reviewer in the future that has a bad opinion of their knives?
Exactly.
You cannot sue somebody for having an opinion. You can only sue somebody if you wrongfully defamate their character, number one, or number two, if you falsely represent their product. If you were like, let's say I was going to go out of my way and like fake something to make a product look bad, then you can get into trouble for that. But if I'm just doing the cut test and you can see here it is, some M390 and blah, blah, blah. Okay, this is all it did. How you going to sue somebody for that?
Here's what makes me laugh. The guys that are telling me I'm going to get sued are knife reviewers, not cut test guys, right?
Yep.
These are guys, ready, that tell you whoever it is, these guys make recommendations. They tell you to either purchase a knife or not purchase a knife based on their review, which in part is subjective. Okay?
It's very
So while they're making subjective points and then telling you yes or no, you should buy this knife or you shouldn't because of this or this or this. Not much of it is objective. Not much of it is saying, oh, okay, what we're doing when we do cut tests is objective. Here's what it cut. Here's what the Rockwell was. It is what it is. When reviewers, and I have nothing against or any reviewer, I'm just saying, when you go online and you have 10, 20, 30, 40,000 subs, and you say, don't buy this knife because I feel it's overpriced, or don't buy this knife because the pocket clip is fucked up. Those are subjective issues, and you're telling people to buy or not to buy. I've never told anyone to buy a knife at all. Neither is Gerald. We're going to say, do what you will with it. So all these guys that are scared that are telling me I'm gonna get sued or whatever, you need to not throw stones. Is what they need.
The scary thing is too those reviewers that are telling you that. It's kind of sad that they have this point of view or perspective from it, because that just tells me that they're probably falsely putting out their positive reviews in fear of getting sued.
Exactly. Some of them have told me that they've been threatened to be sued because of reviews that they've done. And again, what did Alex just say? When you falsely misrepresent a product, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm a reviewer and I say this knife isn't fucking worth $300, you shouldn't buy it. Now we're getting into that murky water where it's like, are you telling people to not buy my product because of something that's completely subjective, which could put a false light on it, right? You can't tell somebody what the value of a knife is. Value is completely subjective. You can't tell someone the ergos on a knife suck because ergos are completely subjective. You can't tell somebody the pocket clip destroys the knife because where the pocket clip is subjective, right? Those now. If there's a reviewer out there or a few of them that have gotten threatened to get sued because they've made subjective claims and then told people they shouldn't purchase the knife, okay, I can understand where a manufacturer is going to turn around and say, hey, don't fucking tell people not to buy my knife because your hands are fucked up or your hands are small or your hands are too large.
Yeah,
but
sorry.
Yeah, but to turn around and like me or G that they're going to sue us because the knife didn't cut enough cardboard. Cool, take me to court. I'll bring the cardboard and I'll cut right in front of the judge. And like, I'm not.
But
Not it at all. You know what I mean? Like,
true.
Super Steel Steve live cut test from fucking court.
Swear to fuck, I'll do it in the whole thing. I'll be ready, motherfucker, ready to go.
I'm doing a live piss test. Right
oh
now.
My god!
A piss test? Yes. Let's do a live shit
Not
test.
really like a piss test, but like I just had to piss. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, first live piss on Sharp Talk right there. Lee from Alabama.
First of many, I'm assuming.
Well, I've drank 4 beers waiting on you to show the fuck up, Super Steel Steve.
Look, man, it's not my fault.
I don't want to hear that shit. No, I don't want to hear it. Nope. I don't want to hear that bullshit. All I want to hear is I fucked up. I'm sorry. Alex is awesome. That's all.
There was
Steve. Paul says that if you ever get sued and end up in court, we're gonna need a shirt that says Exhibit A and just an arrow pointing down to your junk.
Right there. He's nuts. I like Paul. Paul's the shit. I like Paul. Paul, dude. Yes, Exhibit A, right here.
We might hire Paul as our T-shirt designer.
Yeah. Paul, are you a lawyer? Can you represent me? Because that would be great.
I'd like to present Exhibit A to you, Honor. Just a picture of your nuts.
Right here. D's. Your Honor. D's. Right here. D's. What? D's nuts, man.
Hey, Steve, literally the only reason that I carried these 2 knives today was for you, and you fucking missed it earlier, so I'm whipping them back out for you.
For me.
Before this whole ball game comes to an end, I had a Spyderco Military. Let me switch hands because I can't flip shit with my left hand.
It's because they told me I wasn't carrying a big knife.
What are you carrying?
The large Inkosi.
That's a good knife.
That's a big knife.
No. I did not say that.
It's a big knife.
That was me that said that. It's not a big knife.
I'm gonna mute you, Alex.
Medium-sized knife.
Spyderco Military today in S90V and my Spyderco PPT, the Perrin PPT in S90V. I carried both of these Spydercos for you today because I fucking love you.
And then me, I brought the manliest, biggest knife of them all because I always do.
Hell yeah.
What is what?
It's a Ziba. It's a Shinola Ziba.
It's little and prison shanky.
So, speaking of big knives, that Cold Steel Luzon is freaking huge, Steve.
I know, it's a big knife. I told you. You see why it drop shuts, right? It's a
Yeah.
6-inch blade.
It doesn't look big in your hands like when it's on video. And even when you're taking pictures, it doesn't look that big. And then I sent a picture to BJ with my Nkosi next to it. He's like, "Holy fuck!"
It's a big one, yeah. It's
Did you send it to Tom?
No,
No,
I had a coworker who bought one, and he goes, "Here, play with this for the weekend." I was like, "All right."
Hey,
Yeah,
if anyone else wonders why things look so big in Steve's hands on video, it's not because he is 6'9" on camera. I fucking met this dude at Blade Show. He is literally 5'1". I fucking don't know how he looks so big on camera.
Listen,
Gerald, have you ever met this fucker?
Steve,
Have you ever
No,
met
I
this
said that I saw that picture on Instagram. You look like a foot taller than him, and he goes around saying he's like 5'10". Man, he's lying to us.
I'm first off, I'm 5'9". Thank you very much. Okay,
Oh, go
which is
ahead.
of average. Thank you.
Yep.
Go ahead,
but
but
yeah,
Slicey Dicey posted. Brian fucking posted something saying 5'11" is the national average. You liar!
Steve,
he is a liar.
Steve.
He is a liar.
if we got you a pointy green hat and a like all green clothes, you'd look like a garden gnome.
You damn right. And I love that.
Hey,
fucking garden
Hey,
gnome.
but I'm the same height as you, so I can't really talk.
Pretty much. Except I have normal size hands as opposed to Tom's baby bitch hands.
Paul says you were
Look,
using
I'll
the.
tell you this. I'll fucking tell you this. That 5'9" motherfucker is 5'9" wide with broad ass shoulders and big ass hands. He'll grab you and fucking slam your ass.
Paul said you've been using those Tom Cruise angles, Steve.
Tom Cruise. It's Tom Cruise angle right now. At Blade Show, I was not expecting. He said it, and Slicey Dicey said they both thought I was like 6'5". I don't know why anybody would think I'm 6'5", but I
You look
don't.
huge.
I'm normal size. I'm 5'9".
No, you're 2 inches under normal size.
I'm pretty.
He's full.
Hold,
Slicey Dicey's full.
hold
of
up.
shit.
We're gonna settle this once and for all. I'm googling it.
Google it right now.
Wait.
American
How tall are you, Tom?
5'9".
So you
Thank you.
you guys are both
No,
the same.
I'm 5'9", and it says average male height in America is 5 feet 9 inches.
Whatever. Whatever.
I told you.
So you're telling me Brian's a liar?
Yes,
I'm not
Brian
saying that.
is a motherfucking liar.
Tom,
He's 2 inches taller than average.
Watch,
when I-
watch the
Blake-
podcast, Lee.
When I get to Blade next year and I hang out with you two, or at least Steve for sure, I'm gonna be an inch taller than you.
what? How? You're 5'10"?
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear like heels, bro. You're not gonna be taller than me at all.
But-
I'm gonna wear heels.
But I'll be an
Gerald?
I'll be an inch. Hey,
Gerald,
hey,
how
hey,
tall are you?
hey. I'll be an inch
I'm-
tall.
I'm
Alex,
gonna wear some Doc Martens.
Alex, I'll be an inch taller where it matters.
Gerald. Oh,
Yeah, but it'll be like as skinny as a pencil, so it doesn't matter.
that doesn't matter. It's long. It doesn't matter. The girth doesn't matter. It's long.
I've asked women this question: would you rather have thick
Here we
and
go again.
short and girthy, or long and pencil-like? And they say they'll take the girth any day.
Jesus Christ.
Gerald,
Like
how
a
tall are you?
I'm wide and short.
I'm
I'm
gonna.
the same, man. I'm 5'9".
No shit,
Fuck
dude.
yeah.
I'm the tallest dude.
Average and
How
normal
am I-
height.
How am I the tallest dude in the room? I feel like a freak right now. I'm like 6'1.5".
Yeah.
Whatever. Not anymore with that. Not anymore with that hip replacement. You're like 5'9" now. They probably shortened you up a bit.
Nah, look, dude. You know what's messed up? I gained an inch with this bullshit. My left leg is an inch longer than my right leg now. I think I'm gonna sue that fucking doctor. I swear to God, me and Kelly were talking about it last night. Like, no bullshit. I'm walking so crooked now, like a fucking.
Lee looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex just stumbling around.
He had you all like cut open, and then he's like, "Oh shit, it's an inch too long." You think he'll notice?
No doubt, dude. It's so. Nobody's ever fucking bitched about an inch too long until me.
Yeah.
Then I'll make the other leg an inch longer. That'd be bullshit. I'm gonna be walking around like a fucking hobbit. Fuck that.
Well, I was
I'm not trying to-
already fucking like 6'1", 6'1.5" ish. Like, I don't need to be any taller. I'm tall enough. I don't play basketball. I'm good.
Walking around like Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings, all hobble and shit.
That's what I'm doing now. I wish this fucking camera was far enough back where you guys could see me walk. You'd laugh your asses off for days. It's fucking retarded.
Alex.
Get down.
Well, I'll be right back, guys.
Hey, hang on, Alex.
What?
Back on the subject we were at before. Max says you can bust the side of a tuna can, but you can't touch the bottom.
I'm sorry, but I'm retarded. Could you explain the joke?
No.
Moving on. Paul says you got the Shakira walk. Lee, hips don't lie.
Following? Has he been following me home?
I think I'm gonna need to put this in the comedy section now instead of hobbies.
So
Lee walks like Quasimodo.
Dude, if you saw my legs right now, they're like, one of them is normal diameter and the other one's like the shape of a basketball. It's so retarded. I'm telling you, it's so messed up. I'm still using this shitty freaking tennis ball walker. Kelly's so
I'm telling you,
dude, Kelly's
if
watching
you're
this.
in rehab, you don't go to Kroger's, get in one of those buggies, and put some lady into the wall. I'm never going to talk to you again. You need to put an old lady in the wall, period.
Please.
You'll never get another.
Please.
I swear I'll do it. Kelly's so mad at me because she's watching this live right now, and she's been counting beers, like, and I'm floored.
Catch up.
Lee, if you put some old lady into the wall, we'll bring you back for another episode.
Dude, I'm totally in. I swear to God, I'm doing it today.
Dude, going right out of Wally World.
Look, this has been the highlight of my recovery. I'm definitely going to put some old lady in the wall for sure. Gerald, who just pushed you like you didn't matter? I want to know.
Oh, my kid.
They're like, move, Dad, move. You're in the way.
Yeah, it's normal. It's normal around here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for me too, bro.
perfect beard. Get out of the way.
All right.
Hey, Steve, you saw what I brought to the party, didn't you?
Fuck that smock.
Fuck you. This smock's better than you.
Dude, I hate
Probably.
that smock.
So do I.
All right, guys. I think I gotta get going for dinner. It's almost 9 o'clock here.
Unacceptable.
Oh, you're such a show.
Hey, I'll let you guys continue to talk if you want to talk.
That's cool.
I can't leave the recording up though. I'll have to end the recording because I don't want us to get kicked off Twitch.
Yeah, look, are you sure you're recording, buddy? Because I don't see the thing across the top. It says Tom is recording this time.
I'm recording on a different thing right now. I'm doing it differently.
Hey, Tom, real quick. I need Steve to see this drop shuttiness. Check this out, Steve.
Ooh, I heard
Did you
it.
see that? Did you
No,
see that?
where's Alex? Show Alex and his Shiro that.
Dude, Alex saw it already, and that's why he left. So
Weirdest. He was like, man, my Shiro ain't got shit. Look at that
I
thing.
sent you the video of this, didn't I? The two of
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And you were like, ooh, so drop shutty. Ooh, so drop shutty. And then I got my clinker. My big old
Yep.
clinker.
You know it's not drop shutty? This knife.
Yeah, you know what's drop shut? Not drop shutty. Anything you own.
Literally. Especially with the Spider Co.
Speaking of which, I think I got a trade worked out with freaking the dude with that Techno 2.
I will sharpen it ASAP. I actually just got done sharpening G's knives. I got to send G's knives back with that 940-1.
Oh, yeah, so I can do that 30 days of knives I hate.
It's very stressful.
Gee, what did you say?
The knives are going to go to Gerald.
What were you talking about at the beginning of the podcast? You said that 940-2 was the worst knife on the planet. What'd you say?
Oh, yeah, I hate 940s.
Really? Are you being serious or are you being funny?
Honestly, though, man, I like the 940 more than I like the Spyderco Shaman. And I don't like the 940.
Tom, how much do you like the fact that we bullshitted the whole podcast and now we're getting into it like actual knife stuff?
I know. When I literally have to go now.
You don't
I do
don't
have to go.
pay taxes and die. You don't got to do a goddamn thing.
I have
You
to
can
go.
sit here with a group of men and talk some
Listen,
serious shit.
if I
And
don't
exactly
go and eat dinner and spend some time with my girl, I'm going to die because she's gonna kill me.
she will not kill you. She likes you,
She tolerates me.
and she'll continue to do so.
Steve, look at that cute little face. Wouldn't you like him if you lived with him? Look, he's fucking looking at her right now. She's behind the camera.
She is.
I fucking knew it. I saw that face.
But you know
Tom,
what?
girlfriend, come on, Tom, girlfriend, stop doing. Don't do this.
I got
Tom's-
it.
Don't
I got it.
fucking kill it yet, Tom. Look, I want to see that cute puppy. Alex, let me see that baby.
Oh, my pit bull.
Oh, look at the baby.
She turned 11 this month.
Awesome, dude. I'm a dog person. Tom, you can go eat.
I-
Fucking get out of here.
I gotta go. So I gotta end the podcast.
Oh, you're a
But
douche.
but I'll leave you guys here. So
Tom, thank you for having me, man.
Of
Seriously.
course.
Hey,
Of
no,
course.
no, Tom. We got another 10 minutes. Be a man. Let's
we
at
do
least
not we do not have another 10 minutes. I said 8:45. I'm already 5 minutes late.
10 minutes. 10
Hey.
minutes.
You
10 minutes.
You said
Squish, squish, squish,
8:45.
squish, squish, squish,
You
squish.
said 8:45 Central
Squish,
Time,
squish,
dude.
squish.
It's only 7:50 where I am.
I don't know about that. See, here comes the squish.
Well,
Squish, 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 squish,
Lee, Lee,
squish, squish. Come on, G. Squish, squish.
All right, guys.
Squish.
10 minutes.
I think we gotta end it here.
No, Tom, we do not. I still have this much scotch to finish.
Well, you better chug it. You better chug it.
You will be the squish forever.
Paul says she won't hurt me while I'm on camera.
Exactly.
Shit gets weird when there's
On
evidence.
camera all night then.
He says this is a safe place.
Before
Shit
we,
gets weird when there's evidence, bro.
before we leave, you know, Tom's future stepfather is listening to this podcast. Is there anything we want to tell his dad?
Stepfather, you mean father-in-law?
Or father-
Yeah.
Father,
Tom loves anal. Receiving, first off, that's one thing. We want
yes.
Tom's father-in-law to know. He doesn't like fingernails, for obvious reasons.
And he's got a foot fetish. He's got a foot fetish.
He's got a foot fetish. So, Tom's future father-in-law, he's looking at your toes. Just so you know this.
I'm gonna be
Look,
awkwardly
Look,
avoiding.
I'm gonna be.
Hang on.
I'm
I'm
gonna be
gonna be
the
awkwardly
only-
avoiding any accidental eye contact with his feet from now on.
Look, I'm gonna be the only dude that says, "Listen, future father-in-law, Tom's a fucking great guy."
Hey.
But he
Tom,
loves
good
feet.
man.
He loves feet.
Tom has looked at your junk. Just saying.
What?
He might. I
He
mean,
might look. He might compare bulges just to see if he sizes up.
Yeah, he's been comparing bulges for a while now.
right after he whips out his Nsingo and Kosi.
Yeah.
Good lord.
When he says he's whipping out his sheep's foot, he's actually talking about something else.
Yeah, he's not thinking that about.
It's a sheep's foot.
You need to know. This is the guy that wants to marry your daughter.
It's not long, but it's girthy.
It's girthy.
It's girthy.
He can bust a tuna can, like Max said.
The chat's
And
even worse.
Never
Holy
touch
shit.
The bottom.
And that's what females prefer, you know,
They prefer all day.
Says Alex.
the girth.
Says Alex.
All right. All right.
Tom, we love you, dude.
I love you guys too. Jesus Christ.
This got
That's
weird.
Well-
a bold-faced lie, Tom. If
Dude.
you loved us, you'd stay on for another 9 minutes.
I already had to cut out
Listen,
15 minutes
Listen,
of the last podcast because you guys were talking about this shit.
listen. I just want to say, I told you, fucking dudes.
Don't
I
dare
told
cut
all-
anything out, Tom, or that's defamation of character.
Look,
Yeah.
I fucking
Sue
told
me.
I told all three of you fuckers that when we get me
I
and
do
Steve
that-
get in the same room,
Yeah.
that's what happens.
Now, I'm gonna skull fuck you first time I see you. Period.
Oh, that's a serious fucking threat.
All right.
It's gonna
I'm
happen.
out. I'm out on that note.
I will prove rape you. I'm not afraid to say it.
Thank you guys for listening to the Sharp Talk podcast. For any of you guys that watch live, thank you. There will be a Sharp Talk Discord coming here soon in the next couple of days. I'll make sure to post that on Instagram so you guys can join that and talk. BJ says, be glad that I'm controlling what goes on our YouTube. I am very grateful for that. And anyhow, guys, thanks for listening to episode 12 of the Sharp Talk podcast. See you later.
Wait. We have to thank
No, don't
Bama
wait.
Knife Guy. We have to thank Bama Knife Guy. Go.
Thank you,
Go.
Lee, for joining us.
Thank you, right? The special
It was
fucking
my.
I
it was
have to
my
remind
absolute
you
pleasure.
I have to remind Tom each and every time to thank our special guest.
Because you guys
No,
make me
he-
run 20 minutes over every time.
Dude,
Well-
it was my pleasure, man. I appreciate you, Tom, Alex, Gerald, Steve. I don't appreciate you very much, but like a little. But the rest of you guys, you guys are fucking awesome. Thank you for having me on, man. I really, really do appreciate it. It was a blast. It's been awesome for my healing. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to have you, man. We'll have you back.
For sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Only if you spear some old lady with your car, though. Your cart.
I voted for you not to be on here, so I'm not happy you're here at all. I said not to have you on here.
All right, everybody. See you guys later. See you next week.
Tom sucks.